Hello, you guys. Welcome. It's Emma. If you've been around here long, you know that one of my favorite things to do is thrifting. And while I love going out and thrifting and finding new things, I do feel like lately I have been doing less of it, or I have been a little bit more selective. And that's probably because there was a season where I did so much of it and I found a lot of really beautiful, unique pieces. And things feel full and like I'm kind of satisfied. And so there hasn't been a lot new things coming in from thrifting outings and so forth, maybe just a few little things here and there, books and whatnot. And so I thought it would be fun to just put together all of those videos that I have already shared with you in one place to give you kind of a marathon of thrift hauls and going out thrifting videos. So that is what I'm going to share with you in this video. And then next week, I am going to share with you a full home tour with kind of highlighting where those things are in our home and how I've decorated with them, how I've been using them, to just give you some inspiration maybe for your time going out thrifting, things to look for. Yeah, so I just thought it'd be fun to kind of put it all together and share that with you. So I hope you enjoy today's video. Welcome back, you guys. Today I am taking you thrifting with me. This has become probably my favorite pastime and hobby these days. I just love the kind of the adventure of it. You never know what you're going to find, and it just even gets my brain working of how I could use things in our home. So today it is going to storm here probably soon, so hopefully we don't get caught out in the rain, but my husband is home because they do their work outdoors and they can't work in the rain like this. And so because of that, I am just going to spend the morning thrifting and taking you with me as I do this. So let's head into one of the first thrift stores in town. There's two that I'm going to hit up. There's another town close by that I've heard has good thrifting, so maybe we will head over there later if we don't find anything here. All right, let's go. Walking in, I always just like to take it all in at first, see if there's anything that catches my eye, and right away I saw this beautiful table. Didn't have a place in our house to put it, but on the table there was this sweet little old book, and I picked it up to just see. I've been wanting to collect some old books just to have as decor on top of our piano or on bookshelves, and this one was in really good condition and really lovely. They have some sweet displays here, and I was drawn to this picture down on the bottom. I was loving the colors of it, not quite sure if it fit in with our home decor. I ended up putting it in my basket, and at the last minute I decided not to get it, but I did really like it. I just wasn't so sure. I thought this plate was really sweet, bright and colorful, and it was even on sale. I had to pick this one up. I thought it could just add a lot of charm. These little tea canisters caught my eye because of the name of the tea. This lovely painting was big and beautiful, but not something I was looking for. It's always fun to look for furniture pieces. So I saw this little side table here. We don't need another side table, but it was a pretty good price for a side table. There was this really comfortable leather love seat and chair. They were very cozy. Definitely would consider something like this, but we do have other furniture in our living room and just really don't have the space for something like this, but it sure was comfortable to sit in. This nice crock caught my eye, and it's always just fun to look at the little teacups. I spotted a couple other old books on a different table. One of them was even a Mark Twain book. This little book rack was super sweet. Just thought it could be really cute in like a bedroom or in a little play space with some books. This little antique table caught my eye as well. There was this adorable picnic basket. It was all wicker and it had this top tray and just this adorable plaid fabric lining the whole thing. It was a little bit pricey, but it would have made like a really wonderful wedding gift or bridal shower gift. There was also this sweet cast iron Japanese teapot that stood out to me. I always check out the basket section to see what I can find. This is where I find all my little trays and baskets for Montessori activities in our home. If you've seen any of my other thrift haul videos, you know how much I love a good basket. So stick around till the end to see my thrift haul from today's thrifting trip and see if I did get any baskets this time. I saw this cute candle holder, and I always check out the mug section. This mug was sweet, but it was actually plastic, so I put it back. These little crystal glasses looked so adorable for ice cream, and I also saw this little pitcher. I love pitchers. I have quite a collection already. This crock made me laugh. I took a picture of it and sent it to my mom. Grandma's snacks for VIP grandchildren. And I was surprised by the price of this crock and these adorable tins for coffee and hot cocoa. Always checking out another good pitcher. They're great for pouring activities or just for syrup or gravy for meals. Now this apple slicer looked like a nice one. We already have one, so I passed it up. And I liked this little antique sifter. This looked incredible. It's a copper fondue pot for only $7. What a great deal. My mom had actually gotten me a copper pot for Christmas, so I ended up passing this one up. It's always fun to look through the little crafty area and see if there's any usable scraps of fabric. I saw this plaid one that caught my eye, and this little craft mat seemed like a really good price. These linens were sweet little cloth napkins, but seemed a little bit overpriced for the size of them, even though they were 100% cotton. This little picture caught my eye because of the fishing nature of it. I'm always looking for natural materials like leather and wicker and wood. And so this suitcase caught my eye, and it was a double suitcase. They were in really good condition. They had a bit of a smell though, so I passed them up. This garment bag was pretty cool. Now that we've been traveling more lately, I thought that this is something that really would come in handy when we are traveling. I saw some brand new boxcar children books, and they were only $1 a piece, so to stick around to see if I decided to pick those up or not. I did a quick look through the clothing section, and I found these two dresses. I tried them on, but they didn't fit. I always take a good look at the lamps. There was nothing here today that really caught my eye, but I have found many good lamps at thrift stores. This old vintage scale really caught my eye. I thought it was really cool. I just wasn't sure where I would hang something like this. I saw this adorable little chair with these steps going up to it. I'm kicking myself. I passed it up and I went back the next day and it was gone. And it was something when I showed my husband, he was like, that would have been really cool and nice to have. So note to self, if you want something, get it, because it might not be there the next day. So this particular thrift store has a whole barn full of furniture that you can go and look through, and it's very hit or miss when I come here to see what I find. But there are quite a few good pieces here today. I was intrigued by this table. It was a triangle table with these 3 pop-out sides. I stood by it and played with it a little bit to just see. I thought it would be a really cool kids table with kids chairs around it. This piece of furniture stood out to me because of the color. It kind of matches some of the other cabinets we have in our house. I actually asked one of the workers for a tape measure to just see if it would fit anywhere in our space, and it was half off, so it was only $30. This little corner hutch caught my eye. We have a piece very similar to this that's quite a lot larger actually, but this one was sweet and a little different with this shelf in the middle, and it was only $40. I thought that was a really incredible price for a piece like this. Another cute little nightstand end table, and I liked the detail on this one. I think if I had time in my life right now to refinish furniture, this would be a great piece to refinish and for a great price. I saw this rocking chair. I liked the color of the wood stain, and it was a pretty good price. Another neat old end table. Seeing this cabinet again, it makes me wish that I got this one. I may have to go back and see if it's still there. I liked this table. I thought it could be a fun one to cut the legs down on and make it a nice big kids table. Okay, you guys, I just got back in the car after the first thrift store. I spent a while in there because there was a huge thunderstorm and it just downpoured, so I had to stay, and I found so many little goodies, and I will share them with you when I get back home. But we have one more thrift store to go to, and we're gonna head there now. So I just got to the next little thrift store, and I heard some thunder, saw a little lightning, which makes it perfect to go in and go thrifting. So let's go into another one of my favorite stores. This one is a little bit more like curated and kind of set up with displays than the other one was, and I tend to find really great deals here as well. So let's get in there. Sometimes I play a game with myself, and if there's something that I have found that I like, I might tell myself, if it's still here next time I come, I will get it. And this picture was one of those pieces. I just love the character of it. The best thing about these thrift stores is they have sales, and so different ticket colors are different percentages off. So I have this really adorable ironing board, and I definitely played around with it a little bit to see if it's something that could function in our home, but I didn't think it would actually work well for our boys. I saw this little waste can for like a bathroom that was just a few dollars, but I already have one of these in each of our bathrooms, so I decided to pass on that one today. This mirror struck me. I liked the shape of it and the size of it. It would be a great one in a bedroom. The fabric on these chairs is what really drew me to them. Just the plaid and the light blue. They were in really good condition. There was a set of 4 of them out. There was this sweet little display with this desk. If I had the spot for it, I would probably consider getting it. I also thought this circle shelf was pretty cool. I always look at the linens to see if there's anything worth getting. I was intrigued by this king size blanket and this sweet little pillow. Are these not the most adorable little coffee mugs? And the fact that there were 2 of them made them even more sweet. I love finding lamps at thrift stores, and this one definitely caught my eye with the milk glass and just all of the detail and its antique character. It's rare that I find shoes that fit me and that are comfortable at thrift stores, but these ones were ones that I definitely walked around in for a while to see if they were worth buying. Always check out the kids' clothes to see if there's anything that we need. Today I didn't find anything, but I did see this sweet little suitcase that was kind of fun. I think it's fun to store toys and activities in suitcases like this. All right, you guys, it is pretty rainy out there, but I was dry and cozy warm in the thrift store. I found a few little pretty things that I'm excited to show you. So I'm gonna head home now, see the boys, show them my finds. Maybe I'll do a little thrift haul with them around. That could be funny. We'll see what my husband thinks. He asked me when I left, like, so what's the budget for this? I was like, what are you looking for? That's the whole point. When you're thrifting, a lot of the time, you don't know what you're looking for until you find it. But I think I found some good things at a really good price. So let's drive home a few minutes and I'll show you what I found. I'm touching you. Just wait. Wait. What did we get? Oh no, what did mommy get? Whoa. Okay, which bag should we do first? This one? Okay. Okay, can you guess what this is? What's this? It's a book. It's just an old pretty book put on top of the piano. How much do you think it cost?
Good.
Good. $3.98.
What's the book about? Good.
It's poems. But it's just... Sometimes old books literally cost like $30. You want to open this one?
Yeah. Oh.
It's a little... Oh, I almost broke it. A little candle holder. Should we put a candle in it?
Yeah.
A crock. Guess how much this was? 3. A crock. $3. The lighting in here is awful. Okay, what's this one? Oh, look, another cool crock. $5. Oh. What's that one? Oh, that's bubble wrap. Another crock. $5. That's pretty great. I could even use it as like a pot for a plant. Open the box. Let's see what's in there.
Oh, shoes.
Shoes for mommy.
Shoes for mommy.
They're a nice brand. They're Clark's.
Open it.
And they're really comfortable. They were $16. But for a Clark, that's a good price.
Open it. Open it.
Which one are we going to open first? This one?
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, coffee.
Coffee cup.
Birds.
Birds. It's a rooster.
Rooster.
A rooster. It's pretty. Ooh, what's this one? This one's mommy's favorite thing, I think.
Mommy's favorite one. A coffee one.
It's called a pitcher.
Picture.
It's pretty. Look at the little pictures on it.
Pictures on it. House one.
Oh, houses.
Houses.
I thought this would be a really pretty, just like decor around Christmas time with the red and white. This one was $3.99.
Table.
Oh, what's this? No, it's a lamp. Look! Oh, pretty lamp. It's that, like milk glass, bubbled. It's got these pretty little balls here. This one was $9.79, but it was 25% off of that. You see yourself in there. Ooh, look, the matching ones.
Look, Daddy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. All right, we're gonna do our next bag. It's an old tea, English tea. It's called Twinnings. And since we have twins, I thought that's really cute. This is some fabric. Ooh. Just a pretty plate. I got a basket for $1. $1, that's a really good deal. It'll be for a little activity for you. And I got another kind of basket. This one's kind of cool. It has like 4 sections. I thought it would be fun for like different puzzles or something like that. Or like sewing when they get to that, or you could have like the thread and the little fabric and needles and just like organize something that all goes together, but you want to like organize it a little bit. Another basket. I found some brand new copies of the Boxcar Children, book 2, 4, and 5. I figure at some point our boys will be reading, and they were brand new. They were $1 each, so I picked them up. Yeah, I got this pretty basket. It's got a really cool weave to it. It's a really shallow one, but would be perfect for just a little activity of some sort. This one was also $1, which is just incredible. So this is The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. And it's a beautiful hardcover book. So this one was only $3. There's some really pretty gilding on the top there. And then here's some poems. Another really pretty hardcover, 4 old books. Really just for decoration, like on top of the piano or on a bookshelf or a nightstand. They're just pretty. This probably was like so cheap because it was 75% off, 50 cents. So that was very cheap. But it is an activity mat, so it's just a plastic mat. So this will be for you for like gluing or like doing stickers on. Okay. So just, it's pretty basic. You can go put this on your table. Okay, this is a sweet little picture that I found. It's a dad and his boy, or a little boy, like waiting for his dad to go fishing in the morning. Look at this one. It's like a little boy sitting, waiting for his dad by his bed with his tackle box and his fishing pole. Just like waiting to go fishing.
That's awesome.
And you can see the time. It's like 5:15, 5:20. So they're just like waiting to go out. I thought I would take some of that like gold rubbing buff and just make the frame gold on the outside.
You almost need it in a room that's got a lot of light because the picture's really dark.
Yeah.
You need a light shining on it.
This one got the stamp of approval from the hubby because it's fishing related. You want to see it? Look, this little boy, he's waiting to go fishing with his daddy. It's like you. And this one I'm wondering what you think of. Travel garment bag. Okay, so it goes like this. Oh, it's upside down. Okay, it goes like this. It's got a little lock up here. And then you can laugh.
That's nicer than any suit.
He says it's nicer than any suit he owns. But guess how much it was?
$4.
$9. $9. And now that we live out of town, we're gonna travel a lot more. So to have something to put our dress clothes in when we travel seemed really practical. And then it even has like little zippers here for, yeah, like all the accessories. So that is my thrift haul. All in all, the most expensive thing I got was my pair of shoes, which was $16. All right, well, I need to get these boys down for a nap. I will see you next week for another video. Have a great day. I am so excited to share all of this with you. I thought it was time for a thrift haul, and as I was going around my house, picking out the things that I have been collecting over the last couple of months, from garage sales, on Facebook Marketplace, from thrift stores, I started to realize that I have collected way more than I thought I had. I thought this would just be a quick update video on some things that I found for our Montessori inspired home, and this is what I came up with. So I guess I have done more thrifting than I thought I have. So let's dive into this. Funny story, I had a friend over and she was asking me like, oh, where'd you get this? Oh, where'd you get this? And by the third or fourth time that she had asked that about something, the answer had always been at a garage sale or at a thrift store. And then she asked one more time and she's like, wait, let me guess. You got it at a garage sale. And I said, yes, I did. I love garage selling. I love thrifting. And that is how I feel like I am able to curate the home that we have because I'm doing it on a budget. So I'm going to share with you everything that I found. Okay. The first thing that I want to share is this panel of curtains. So I found these at a church garage sale just a few weeks ago, and there were 4 panels. If you saw one of my recent videos, I was kind of decorating our living room and putting these up. I'll link it up here in the cards. They are beautiful. They're really high quality. This is the brand. I'll see if I can find a link and I'll put it in the description. But they are so cute. Black and white, floor length curtains. 4 panels of them. And at this garage sale, it was a free will offering. And so with the things that I found, I just made a donation to the church. And so there wasn't like a specific price on them. Actually, at that same garage sale, my bedspread, I found a king size white duvet cover, which I was looking for, because if you also saw one of my previous videos, I was making pillowcases out of our linen duvet cover that had torn, and I didn't have a duvet cover. We were just using our down comforter. And so I found that, and I also found a white bed skirt, which I have also been wanting just to hide some of the things that we store under our bed. I've never had one. And there was a king size bed skirt also at that garage sale. So that was a really successful day, and I just found them all very quickly. Didn't have to do much digging. So those were some great finds. Next up is a mirror. We got it at a garage sale for $8, and I thought it would be perfect. Either I'm thinking I'm going to use it in like our entryway area for the boys to have a floor length mirror, or possibly in the bathroom. We are just starting potty training, and I anticipate we'll be doing our setup in there eventually more often. And so it might be a good thing to have a floor length mirror that they can see themselves in. On the potty learning theme, I was at a garage sale and I found one Baby Bjorn potty, which was the one that I was looking at. And because we have twins, I try to avoid conflict, and by getting them the same thing, it helps with that. So I went on Facebook Marketplace after I got this one. I think I got the first one for like $7, and they're retail like $30. And I don't care about using a used potty because it's going to be used anyways. And then I got this one off Facebook Marketplace, the same color. The little decal design is a little different, but they haven't noticed that yet. So I got the exact same one, same color, and I think we got this one for $10. So a pretty good deal. 2 for half the price of 1, so that was successful. So we picked those up, and we have already been using them, but more on that in another video. So if you're curious, hit that subscribe button, and I will give you an update someday soon about how potty training is going. Okay, I'm going to share a few of the baskets that I found. I have an obsession, I think, with baskets, but you can use them for so many things, and I honestly rarely have any extras laying around, so they do get used. This one I really like. I love that it has handles because now the boys are starting to like carry things around the house. So this is a really nice one for either like an activity or like bringing socks from the laundry area into their bedroom. So love a good basket with handles, and it's like a really sturdy one. It's a really strong wicker basket. So I found that one. I found this for like 15 cents at an estate sale. It's a small little, it has a hook on the back, 2 little pegs, little shelf. I thought this would be really cute in their bedroom to hang like their hairbrushes on, or maybe in the bathroom to like put the toothpaste and toothbrushes, set them on top, and hairbrushes. We got this fun ball. Do you remember these growing up? We found this at the Goodwill for a few dollars, and our boys have been obsessed with balls. So this one is a really fun one. I picked up a snowflake cookie cutter for Play-Doh and cookies. But for Play-Doh, I like to give kind of seasonal thematic cookie cutters to go in their Play-Doh kits. So here's this. I found this cute little Christmas spreader. So this is perfect for spreading butter or peanut butter on toast. It got a nice chunky handle for them to hold. I found this little wallet. Now, I did not get this for myself. This is actually something for Montessori activity for the boys to practice like opening and closing. So it's a great little toddler activity, is just finding a variety of little containers and pouches and things that have different latches, and then you can put something inside of it for them to find. So I probably will put some old gift cards, and then they can practice latching it and unlatching it. So I picked that up for, I think, like 50 cents. Another beautiful wicker basket this was from the Goodwill. This was $5, which is a little pricey for baskets at times, I think, if you're buying them used, but it is also like a really strong wicker. This thing is not going to break, and it has handles. So I really like this one. Actually, my son was able to carry in some of the other shoes that we thrifted for them when we were coming home from the store. I knew right away it would be a great one for them. I picked up this little metal basket from a garage sale. At first, I put like some eggs in it on the counter, which was really cute for like farm fresh eggs, but we don't get farm fresh eggs super often, and I have a different basket that I use in my fridge, but it works perfect for holding a roll of toilet paper, and so that's how I've been using it. I just put the toilet paper in there and then set this on the back of the toilet seat so that we have toilet paper in the cabinet in the bathroom, but if we have a guest over and they're looking for it, there's always just a roll right there where they need it. Found this little basket at a garage sale, and it has one hook, which is nice because it hangs up. So on the boys' little kitchen area, I have a rack with hooks on it, and I put it there, and I've most recently been using it for their bibs and plates and bowls and stuff, and it just holds a few things but hangs nicely. I picked up this metal tray. It's more of a decorative tray, but I have been using it for practical life activities, so like pouring water or beans or things that I might have a bit of a mess on and I don't want them on a nicer tray. I also like that it's metal, and so it's not going to break, but it will give them feedback if it drops or they are being too rough with it. The noise in and of itself will give them some feedback on their movements, which is something I look for when I'm thinking of activities and elements to creating a Montessori activity. When we were at the Goodwill, I picked up this quarter gallon mason jar with a lid, and I've been storing our granola in it, and it's really cute. I like it on the counter. It looks nice, and it's great. So that was a good find. I think I paid $5 for it. I guess I don't know how much they are new, but I'm always up for getting something used. I found these little wicker pumpkins, 3 of them, so they're different sizes, just as a cute little centerpiece, decor piece on our table. I don't know. I think I maybe paid the guy $1 or $2 for these 3. This plant, it wasn't thrifted, but the pot that I have was thrifted. I got this at the Goodwill. I needed a new pot, and I thought this one was really pretty. This basket came from a garage sale, another wicker basket, and here's another bigger wicker basket, another sturdy, strong, larger rectangle one. I picked up this tablecloth at a garage sale. It's kind of like that waffly feel, light green and cream. It's kind of fallish. It looked really nice with those little pumpkins in the center of it. So I like having tablecloths on the table, even like between meals or just to set the table nice every once in a while. It's not always the most practical thing, so that's why I love to get them thrifted, because then if they get stained, I don't feel so bad because I maybe paid $1 or $2 for it. And I think this was $2. I have been wanting a laundry basket like this. So it's a smaller one, and it has those built-in handles which has been great because the boys can help carry it. And it's just a great size. This is the one I leave downstairs in like our entryway area for dirty towels and now dirty underwear when we are potty training. And I just like to have a laundry basket downstairs to collect dirty laundry from that level because our laundry room is actually upstairs. And so it makes just bringing dirty things upstairs much easier. I picked up these frames and pictures at a garage sale. I think they were each $1. I am still deciding if I like the pictures inside. Maybe let me know what you think. I liked the frames and I was just needing some more artwork in our kitchen. So I thought, well, I can afford those and we'll try them out, and I can always replace the picture on the inside. But I did really like the gold frame. This is a laundry hamper that I have been using. I honestly think it maybe is a picnic basket. It has like a lining in it. It's not in the best shape. There are some wear and tear, but I think it was like $1 or $2. And I thought it would be a great thing for the boys' laundry, and that's how we've been using it in the hallway. And so it's kind of fun for them to open and put their laundry in and close it, and then it just stays more contained and it looks a little bit nicer in our hallway than a laundry basket full of clothes. So this has been used that way. It also has these little ring handles on either side, which I've liked because then they can each hold a ring and they can carry it down the hallway to the washing machine to help me. So kind of a fun little find. Down the road, I would get a similar one that is in better condition, but it was $1, so you can't really beat that. Okay, I think this is the last of the baskets, and then we'll be on to some other things. This little wicker basket wasn't thrifted. Actually, I got it at the dollar store, but it's the perfect size for little activities, so I like that one. This I got at a garage sale. It's kind of that like papery material. I don't love it, but it was at that church garage sale, and I liked that it had handles. And since I was just making a donation, I thought, let's just get it. I'm sure I will use it, and I have been using it to hold Magna tiles. So it's a good open basket with handles. I picked up this at a garage sale. It's a basket for, I mean, you could probably use it for a lot of things, but this one to me seems more like something you'd have in the kitchen on your counter with like bananas and fruit and veggies to store them, which is how I have been using it. And I mean, it was only just a couple of dollars as I've been using it. It's not my favorite, but we'll see how much longer I hold on to it. Another little basket tray, one with handles. So I like to use this one for like an activity. So I've set up different fall activities in here for the boys, and then they can carry it to where they're going to do it and then put the things back on and carry it back to the shelf. So it is functional, it's sturdy, and it's beautiful. Everything I look for in a good basket. Now this basket, I love this. I think this was also like a picnic basket. It's a sturdy wicker basket, got a lid. The things are a little worn, but that's okay. They do actually work. It's missing its handle. But I've used it for a couple of things. First, I had like books in here as kind of our temporary bookshelf area, which works well. And then more recently, I've put all of our balls in here, which I like because then I can fasten it and latch it if I just ever can't have balls all around my house. And then one time we were going out of town up to the cabin, and I actually packed in this. I packed all of the toys and books that we were going to bring for the weekend, and I was able to latch it, and it was really easy to just bring with us, kind of like a suitcase, but for activities. And I really liked using it that way. So I anticipate this will get used a lot of different ways in our house over the years, but it's been a really fun piece to have. Even my husband noticed this one, and he was like, I like that basket, which is saying a lot because I have a lot of baskets. One day I went to the Goodwill and I was looking specifically for something, but anyways, I went and gandered at the dresses, and normally I don't have much luck at all, nor do I always have the time or energy to spend looking through clothes, but very quickly I found a handful of dresses that were just my size and they were adorable. So I'm going to show those two as well. So I picked up this one. It's a Gap dress and it's denim and it's a wrap. So you wrap one tie in, so like a wrap tie dress. And it's long. It probably is like mid-calf. Short sleeve. Really cute. I've been loving this one. Another one that I picked up was this longer. It's also a nice long one. Kind of a fun pattern. I didn't have anything patterned like this. A classic black and white striped 3/4 length. I thought it would be perfect now, but also it has like a pleated waistline. So when the time comes that I am hopefully growing a belly again, this will be maternity friendly as well. This one is my favorite that I found. It is a eggplant corduroy kind of jumper. It has these really fun fasteners. This is the brand. And it's got buttons all the way down, kind of a little cinch in the back. And it's and it has pockets, which is another win. But it's a little short by itself, but I think it'll be perfect or short just for my comfort. It's not that short, but it comes a few inches above the knee. And I think it'll just be great though with a pair of tights and some boots in the wintertime. So I'm excited to wear this probably on repeat. A perfect summer dress and one I've been wearing all the time is this gingham blue, navy blue and white dress. It's a shorter dress. It falls above the knee, but it has pockets. It's just really like loose and baggy. So I feel comfortable just wearing it around the house and just have a pair of biker shorts underneath. This is the brand, in case you're curious. So another Goodwill find. And then the last dress that I got is kind of a high, well, not a very slight high-low at the bottom. Blue, and it's kind of that like chiffon. It doesn't feel the most high quality, but it seemed like it would be a good dress for church on Sundays. We had a special treat and we went out to dinner the other night just as a family. It was a long day and feeling like I really didn't want to clean the kitchen from dinner. And so we went out, which we don't do very often, but it was definitely a treat. And there was a Goodwill right across the street. And so we had to go. And I'm glad we did because I found 4 pairs of shoes for the boys. So these are a cute church shoe. They don't fit the boys quite yet, but they will this fall, which will be great. And another pair, they're not the same, but similar enough that they'll be still twinning, I think. And then I found 2 pairs of more like a snow boot. Not a snow boot, but like a shoe that they could wear in the snow without getting their feet soaking wet. So they're kind of cute. And one more, I think I like these ones a little bit better. The colors are just kind of fun. So I have to clean them up a little bit. But those will be perfect for the fall. And you can't really beat $5. And kids' things, they just wear them not for that long. So I always have a hard time justifying brand new shoes and clothing unless it's for like a special occasion. And so I try to find things thrifted as much as possible. On that theme with children's things, I was at a garage sale and I found these fall coats for the boys. So this one is kind of that like denim-y feel, more like a canvas, I think maybe is the word. Super cute. A hood, but you can take the hood off. It has snaps. So I got one of those because there was only one of those. But then I also found another one, and this one has more of a, rain jackety kind of feel on the outside, fleece lined on the inside. This one's a little bit bigger. This is a 2T, and that's 18 months, but I think it'll still work. It fit them pretty well. They were able to zip it. My boys aren't super like thick or chunky. So yeah, so I got those 2 jackets, which I didn't have any fall jackets. I have winter things, but it's nice to have a fall jacket. Okay, this thing that I got is a little weird. I wasn't even sure what it was at first, but sometimes my brain just sees something And I think I could do something with that, even though I don't know exactly what it is. So I think what it is a drawer from an old sewing table. They have just the most beautiful detail here. I'm just gonna take a drawer out. They have the most beautiful detail on them. And I think I actually have another box just like this that I have been using for like our supplements. And it's just a standalone box. And I don't think I knew what it was for, but it probably was from a different sewing table or something. What I was thinking is you could use this for like colored pencils and crayons and markers in like a craft area. And then maybe the top I like cut out something and you could upholster it with some fabric or something, or maybe like a cork board, something to like cover the top here. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to use it, but I think it was $5 and it just seemed really cool and neat. And I figure right now I've actually just been storing like my extra batteries for my video camera and things in here in my closet until I have a plan for what to do. And so it's worked well for that, but I think it has a better, brighter future ahead of it when I get the time to really think about how to use it in our space. This is a little bookshelf. It was as dusty as could be. It was $2 or $3 at a garage sale, and I thought it was the cutest shelf for board books. It's also cute. I put like our little Russian nesting dolls on here. I had it in front of the fireplace. It doesn't even seem like it's sealed, so it'd probably be easy to just put a paint of coat on it. I'm not certain exactly where I want it. I could use it as a bookshelf, but I also thought it would be perfect in the bathroom. You could even like hang it on the wall. Well, probably not. You'd want it to stand. And use like put their toothbrushes and their hairbrushes and their toothpaste, and maybe that will be the way that I use it. But for now, it's easy to just use it as a bookshelf. It's not super tall, so it doesn't hold bigger books, but it's good for board books. This little bench that these shoes are on, we got that at a garage sale. My husband actually pointed it out. He said, "Wouldn't that be a good bench for our Montessori entryway?" I said, yes, it would be. I think it was $10, and what I like about it is it's taller, so as the boys get bigger, it'll be a better seat for them. I have a very small bench in our entryway that's for older babies and younger toddlers. It's perfect, and we're still using that one, but probably in a couple of months here, they'll be ready for this one that's a little bit taller for them to sit on. And yeah, we'll use it that way. So it's kind of a cute entryway bench. If you want to see our entryway, our Montessori entryway, I'll put a link to that video in the cards here. Those are all the things that I like physically can bring into my room to show you, but there are a couple other things. So I'm going to talk through those and I'll get some footage of where they are in our house because they're way too big to bring in here. So one, we got a workbench for our garage. If you have not yet seen our garage transformation video, go check it out. We decluttered, cleaned, organized our garage so well. I mean, it was done the best we've ever done it in the 4 years that we've lived here. And so we needed a new solution for my husband's tools. And so we looked on Facebook Marketplace and found this great workbench. And so we got it thrifted. We saved money because it would have been more expensive to build that new than the price that we paid to get it used. He also got a toolbox, like a metal toolbox to store his tools. You could say that was thrifted, but it was actually just gifted to him by a friend who no longer needed it. And so those were two kind of important things in our garage space that we got used. At that church garage sale, I also picked up a big picture, and I've been putting that in our kind of playroom upstairs in our loft. That we just had a big open wall and I wasn't sure what to do with it. I'm not sure it's my favorite painting, but it filled the space well and was better than nothing. There was also a garage sale where I picked up tons of pajamas for the boys. I had to wash them quite a lot to get some of the detergent out, like the detergent smell out of them, but now they're great, and it was really nice to have just a lot of new, like summer jammies too. There were a lot of cooler jammies, not all the fleece fuzzy ones. So that's been great. Hey you guys, it's Emma. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a thrift haul to share with you. Super excited. I have a lot of really special pieces that I have been collecting over the last couple of weeks, maybe month or so. We just moved to a new town, a small town in northern Minnesota, and there are two great thrift stores really close by that I stop into very frequently just to see what I could find. I also went antiquing with my mom a couple weeks ago when I was back visiting, and I just want to share with you some of the pieces that I found. So first up, I found this one just the other day, is this beautiful lamp. So I'll show you the lampshade first. It's this red and white kind of plaid. It's a hexagon. So you can see it's six sides, and it was just a plain lampshade in the store, and I was walking around and I found this other lamp base. It's just a wooden white one. It actually is a little banged up. I think I'm just gonna sand it down quick and put a new fresh coat of paint on it. And I have a really adorable kind of farmhousey classic looking lamp. So I got that and I just love it. I think it's so sweet. This sweater that I got, this I thrifted just the other day as well. And I picked up more on my outfit. I picked up these little pearl earrings. I don't know, I feel like my earrings have just been disappearing lately. I lose the back of one and one falls out, and so my earrings are not very precious. Most of them are thrifted, or I found them at like garage sales. So I also picked up these cute little gold studs. They're just kind of like half circles, half spheres. So I picked those up. I thought they're kind of just a classic stud. Wait to see. I have this really cool thing that I'm sitting on to show you, but I have to do it at the end because I'm sitting on it. But get excited. It's kind of unique and cool and funky and a little weird, but I love it. Okay, next. I found this. We were thrifting together, and it's a small little water dispenser. So if you've been following along for any amount of time, you know that we apply Montessori principles in our home. And one of those principles, or a key principle, is independence and fostering independence. So preparing our home in a functional way for our children to do things independently. And this is just perfect. I've been looking for a water dispenser, but all of them are so large, like a gallon. And I love that this one is just a liter, very little, manageable, you know, like the amount of water I put in there in the day could be the amount that our boys drink. So I need to I'll figure out how to set this up and maybe even like secure it to something so that it doesn't fall off and break, and teach our guys how to pour themselves a glass of water. But I just thought it was adorable. It's actually not very antique. It comes from Target, so nothing like crazy special, but cute nonetheless. Now these I picked up when we first came to visit this small town, when we were discerning whether or not we were going to move. And I went and I hit up the thrift stores while the boys were napping one day. Actually, I think this is when we walked into town all together as a family. So there's 6 prints, framed prints of different animals. And I just think they would make the most beautiful kind of little gallery wall somewhere in the house. So we have a fox and a little birdie here. And then here's another robin and a squirrel. So I changed the hooks on them because they were like really protruding ones, and they weren't going to hang up very well. So I got these little wall hooks to hang them easier, and I just haven't decided where I want to hang them up yet. So I've been holding on to them, but I just absolutely love them. They weren't super cheap. I think each one was $5.29. So not super cheap, but you can tell they're well made, backed, and just beautiful. something that I think would fit really well, either like in a play space or like a child's bedroom or homeschool room one day. They're just timeless and lovely. A few clothing items that I got. I don't always look through the clothing section, but on this day I had a little extra time and I did. So I just got this black and tan kind of cardigan sweater, not cardigan, it's a sweater, and it's kind of a longer tunic length. So that's cozy. I picked up this more heavyweight polka dot sweater. I don't own any polka dots, I don't think. So this one will be kind of fun. And I found this kind of sweatshirt sweater. So it's got like a pocket, ties, a little bit of a collared neck there. It was just in really good condition and cozy. So just added a few sweaters to my wardrobe for the winter months, and ones that I'm really excited about wearing. So I also picked up a pair of jeans. I was able to try them on and they fit perfectly. So they're kind of a mom style jean, you know, fitted up a high-waisted and then kind of loose and baggy. So really comfy, practical, and the fact that they fit like perfectly is just kind of rare. I find it very challenging to buy pants, so I had to get them. Next up, I'll just show you these two little things I found. Came across the book Blueberries for Sale, which was a book I grew up reading all the time, and we don't own this one, so I bought that for $1.98. Pretty good. I saw these little sports ball thank you cards. The boys had their birthday in November, and I didn't get around to sending thank yous just with the busyness of moving, and they were just $1. So I saw them, I was like, oh, those would be perfect because our birthday theme was sports balls. I'll link a video of all the preparations for their birthday if you're curious, but it was a really fun, cute party, all with balls as the theme. So now that will motivate me to get those thank you cards out. I picked up this little basket. Of course, you know me, I love baskets. I'm gonna use this basket, at least for now, for all my receipts. When I come in the door, I can just put any receipts in here, and then I try to go through them. Well, in my best stages, I try to go through them every week and like update and reconcile our budget, but lately it has been longer, so you can see I have quite a lot of receipts that I need to go through. But I love that it's pretty and functional. So a little basket for some receipts. Oh, we will stay on the basket theme here. Well, I found these nesting boxes. So there's one bigger one, and then when you open it, there's another one. And inside that one, there's another one. And then that's it. They're really nice, like hard wicker. Like they're really sturdy. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put in these, but you know me. With Montessori, it's kind of a theme in our home. I use baskets for everything. So they will be used in one way or another. I think for the three of them, I paid like $8, which to me seemed worth it. Okay. Now, when we moved, we needed a few more lamps. So I was looking, and I actually went to Home Goods and found 2 lamps, and I bought them. And lamps there, typically every lamp is like $50 at the cheapest. Unless it's like a really small lamp, then it might be like $30. But I bought 2 lamps, and they were both $50. And I think I knew they were about that expensive, and so I went in looking for lamps. So I bought 2 lamps, brought them into the space. They were okay. I liked them. But I think we're really going for this like unique home decor, just with a lot of character. And that means a lot of like one-of-a-kind pieces that I find thrifted or find on Facebook Marketplace. And so then as I was sitting with those lamps thinking, wow, I just spent $100 on 2 lamps, I got on Facebook Marketplace and was looking for different lamps. And I came across this lamp. So it's a heavy duty, it's a brass lamp. This thing is like solid. I switched the shade on it, and I don't actually love this shade on it either, but the other one was like really big and dated and kind of cracked. So this is better than what it came with. My husband and I, we were like deciding, do we keep these lamps? And I had this one and I had put it in another place in the house. I brought this one back down to the living room and I set it up on the side table, and we kind of set that one up, and then we set up the one that I had gotten from Home Goods, which was this like black taller lamp with a white shade and then the black base. And when you just went between the two, one felt very like cozy and inviting and welcoming, and then the other one was just a little harsh and dramatic for the space. So I ultimately thought, like, you know what? This is the kind of feeling that I want to create in our home, just that cozy, warm environment. And so this lamp fit that much better, and it made me think I'll return those other ones and then just keep my eye out for these more antique, cozy lamps as I find them, which I did find with this one with the red shade. So this I picked up, I got her down to $20, which is just crazy. It's a great lamp. So I love that one. Okay, behind me, you see this chest here. It opens. I saw this at one of the thrift stores in town, and when I looked at the price, I couldn't quite believe it. It was $3.98, and I had like $1.50 in like rewards at the store. And so it ended up being like a little more than $2, and I love it. So right now, we'll see, we use it probably for a lot of things, but right now it has all of the boys' cars in it. And so it's a great like toy chest, storage chest. I could probably use it for linens, all sorts of things. So for like $3, that's incredible. I picked up this little watering can. I'm not sure if it's copper, but it is pretty heavy duty. It was $3. Has a nice little handle. Cute. I have another copper watering can. Again, I don't think that this is real copper, but maybe it is. I'm not sure. It feels a little heavier than that. But I wanted to have another one for the boys to each have a house plant watering can. These next two things here behind me were what I found when I went antiquing with my mom. And so, oh, there's something in here. This is a crock. I think I paid $15 for it. And I have been wanting a crock or crocs. I just think they're so classic, and they're actually really expensive. I think sometimes they're like $30, $50, $60, depending on the size of it. So this one was a great deal. It's kind of got that like crackly white paint, which I like, and I'm using it in the kitchen right now for all of our utensils, which is perfect. I picked up a potato masher. I probably will actually use it more for mashing bananas actually the boys will, for mashing bananas for banana bread. I don't have this kitchen tool. So $2, can't really beat that. This is a children's chair. It was $12. Let me get a better view of it. Very cute, kind of classic. And it's just a nice next size. I feel like I have very small children's chairs because my boys are toddlers, but they're getting a little bigger now and will be growing. And so it got me thinking that instead of trying to like get a whole set of matching kids' chairs and a table, I might just start looking for kids' chairs as I'm out thrifting or on Marketplace, and kind of put together a mix matched kid chair selection. I anticipate a lot of play dates with other moms and their young kids, and so having extra chairs for like snack time or lunch or just playing and doing artwork would be great. So this was just, it's really sturdy. It'll be great. So I might put it up in the boys' room soon as a new dressing chair, just somewhere for them to sit when they're putting their socks on or their pants on. But for now, it's just been downstairs. I'm sure it will move around a lot. Oh, okay. I'm almost to the thing that I'm sitting on. So hold on. Two toys that I have picked up when I was thrifting. These were quite a while ago, actually. I got one of these race car tracks. It just was this track. And so I ended up just going on Amazon and I bought the cars that go with it. This is the Hap brand. And I have a lot of other toys from them. Really, they're pretty high quality and durable. So this was one toy that I had wanted for the boys. I think I ended up paying, I don't know, $5 or $6 for it, but that's better than buying it new. And then this toy, I was so pleased to find. I had also been wanting one of these, which was like a hammer peg toy. So it has the hammer. And then once you hammer them all, you can just flip it. What I like about this one is that the pegs are actually plastic, which again, normally I'm a wood lady, all natural, but it keeps the pegs in the frame a little bit better, so they don't just fall out, which is incredible that we have all of them still and that it came with all of them. So this has been a nice little activity for the boys as busy toddlers. Okay, I'm gonna rearrange a little bit here and show you what I'm sitting on. Okay, this is like a very awkward position to be in. But I found this chest when I walked into a thrift store the other day. And immediately I sat and I was like, oh, that is so cool. So I opened it up. It's a big chest and it's covered in this like really unique fabric. It just seems like one of those pieces where you're like, I could make that work in our space. It's kind of not like anything else, but it's got character. It's kind of funky. And worst case, I could always just reupholster it with a different fabric if I wanted to. I kind of like this one, but we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind over time. And I love these kinds of chests. I have 2 others that I store linens in, and then one of my big ones downstairs, I store all of the boys' like big trucks and vehicles. Just think if I can hide any of the things that don't look beautiful or pretty, I like to. So this is a really fun new addition to our chest collection. Okay, you guys, well, those are all my thrift finds. That's not all. Okay, I have 2 more things to show you, and I'm going to just overlay video clips of them because they're too big to bring in here, and then they're also hung up on the wall. I found these 2 pictures at a antique store, and it was in an area that I was like, I probably don't even need to look in that area, but then I saw them on the wall and they're just adorable. So they're framed pictures of kind of all the names of the parts of football and baseball with like dimensions and measurements and all of that. They're just so cute and kind of classic boy bedroom. So I picked these up. I think each one was like $12. But again, they were such unique pieces that I just love them. So we hung one above each of the boys' bed in their bedroom. And I just think they're going to be something that can be in their room for many years to come. So those were a really fun special find. I found those when I was antiquing with my mom. And then the other thing that I found, and you saw this probably in my Christmas home tour if you've been here for that, was this really ornate gold chunky mirror. And so I found this at one of the thrift stores in town when we came and visited our first time. And it was a complete mistake that I even saw it because one of my sons, he wandered back to like the dressing room little area, and this mirror was just sitting up against the wall in the dressing room, but it had a price tag sticker on it. And initially I was like, oh, is this for sale? And one of the gals was like, no. And then another lady chimed in. She's like, oh yeah, it's for sale. And this beautiful ornate gold mirror, $20, which is just incredible. Such a deal. So we got that right away and I just love it. It is going to be, we've hung it up in our entryway, or more like our formal entryway. We enter in another part of the house, but if we have guests over, that'll kind of be the entryway area. We're going to be getting like a shelf cabinet to go underneath it. So right now it's a little just bare on that wall in that area, but I know it's just going to continue to be something that we love in our home, and I just get a lot of joy every time I walk past it or see myself in it. It's a really fun piece. All right, you guys. Well, those are my finds for this amount of time for these last couple of weeks. I will have more to share with you. I promise I will it's one of my little special treats to myself to go out and check out the thrift stores. Maybe I won't find anything, but you never know what little treasures you're gonna find. Welcome. Today I am so excited to share with you my most recent thrift haul. It's actually more of like a garage sale haul. I went back to visit my mom and my sisters over Mother's Day weekend. I found so many great little treasures and a ton of like kids' clothes. It was so successful. So I am going to share all of that with you today. First, I got a basket. If you know me, that's no surprise, but this one is different than my other baskets. I have one basket kind of like this, but it's different, and I'm using it, so I needed another one. So it has like a little hook. It would just hang on the wall and you could put stuff in. I think this would be so great, like in the boys' bedroom, to put maybe socks in. That would be kind of fun. Or in the entryway for like hat or sunscreen and bug spray. I'm not really sure where I'm gonna put it yet, but stay tuned, because I'm thinking I might do like a style it with me kind of video next, where I set up all of the new things that I got. So really fun basket. I think I paid just like $1 or $2, maybe $3. I don't remember, but it was worth it. Okay, next up, not really a basket, but kind of a basket, like a file holder. This was $2. I just thought it looked kind of nice. Sometimes there's just paperwork like on your kitchen counter, kitchen counter. That is nice to just put away in something. So I got it for that. There were 3 of them. So I practiced some self-control and I just bought one. It's not a basket, but inside my basket. I got this yellow and white striped shower curtain. It's like a fabric. It's like the cloth one that goes on the outside of the tub, and then you have the liner on the inside. I kind of like to do seasonal shower curtains, so this is kind of fun. It's very summery and bright, so we'll hang this one up in the bathroom upstairs, our only bathroom with a shower. So that one, and it was $1, so that's great. I already have like a Christmassy one, kind of a neutral one. I have a spring one, which I didn't even put up this year, but I guess we'll just jump right to this one, and yeah, it'll be fun. Okay, don't make fun of me. I got another basket. This basket is, I like how long it is. I like how skinny it is. I like that it has some handles there. I was thinking I might replace this with the basket that currently has all of our cloth napkins in it, because this one just seems like it would fit on the shelf a little bit better, but it would also be really good for like some sort of activity for the boys. So we will see, but quality basket. I think it said 7 and I talked them down to 5, which again seemed like a good deal to me. I found this little pitcher. It's so cute. It's like a kind of like a creamy taupe color, more of like that. It reminds me of like a crock type of material. And then this flower, they were handing out carnations to all the mothers at church. So I got that as my Mother's Day flower. But I thought either it'd be great for pouring, or like it could make a little bouquet of flowers, and you can just set it in a small place. I love putting little arrangements of flowers like on the coffee table and little entryway table or in the bathroom. And this is a perfect little vase pitcher to do that with. Okay, these I'm super excited about up here. They look like this on the front, but then they would hold like papers or other things. And I just thought how fun to have something pretty that you could label that would hide all the clutter that would go in there. Not necessarily that it would be clutter, but if it's like loose papers and things, but you could make it look really pretty wherever it is displayed. So these were each a quarter, 25 cents. So I got 3 of them because that's all that there was. So I have 3 of these new little things. They might even be really cute, like on top of the piano, I'm thinking, but we'll have to see. And I love that I could put like little labels in there. So the garage sale that I found this basket at, I also found this at, and this cool little cart that I'm going to tell you about. And apparently the dad of the garage sale, he like sells things at an antique store in that like downtown area. So I got this paper file sorter. I think it was $15, but it's, ooh, okay. It's a little dirty. It's gonna need to be cleaned. I just love this. I think I'll set this up kind of in this sunroom play area to kind of sort paper. When the time comes that I am likely homeschooling our children, it will be like a really nice condensed way to organize papers and things. So I knew I would have many purposes for it, and $15, that's like such a good deal. This my husband actually found. They were going through some things at work and he came home with this, and I kind of like it. Ice cold. You could totally just like fill it with ice and put drinks in it for like a gathering. I could put a plant in it, which would be kind of cute too, outside, which I might do. You could do a lot of things with it. So a little bucket. That one was free. This cart here behind me has a little handle, 2 shelves. It's on wheels. It is what I think I paid $10 for it. Now I'm noticing it's like a little rickety, so I'm gonna have to tighten it up just a little bit, but I still think it's going to be great. I was just thinking like in the corner of a room to have set a few things on. Maybe you put a lamp on it. So I'm debating between putting it in the dining room, actually, or in here, in this room, or up in my bedroom. So I'm not sure. So if you're not already, subscribe so that you can kind of see how I decide to style these things in our home in an upcoming video. But I just liked it so much. And for $10, I was like, this is great. The gal at the garage sale said that she used it as like her plant cart with all her plants on it, which I thought would be a really fun idea as well. I got this shirt actually. It's like a oversized button up here. And I got this tank top here that I'm wearing. So I just thought I would style those for you here today. But I also found this adorable dress. I thought it would be a little much to wear because it like matches my curtains. Exactly. It is a black and white gingham dress. It's like goes down to my knees. It has a tie. It buttons all the way down, and it has pockets, which is great. So you'll probably see me wearing this in an upcoming video as well. It's just so summery. It's really lightweight, and it's just adorable. So $5. And it fits perfectly. And there's like room to grow. So it would be a good one for like, even like postpartum one day. You could unbutton it to nurse in, and it would just be, it's gonna be a great dress. The last thing I have with me is this giant laundry hamper. Okay, I found this. I think I got it for $3 or $5. I don't know. More and more, I've been overwhelmed by seeing my laundry, seeing my dirty laundry. I wanted something that I had like a lid for, that I could just cover up. So I got this, but I got so many boy clothes. I'm just gonna go rapid fire with them. This garage sale was fill a bag for $3. So I filled a bag for $3. And now my new strategy with kids' clothes. Almost all of our clothes are either hand-me-downs or I get them like garage sailing or thrifting. And so nothing's too precious. I bought them new clothes for Easter. They were in a wedding. I bought them clothes, and then I ended up just buying a couple more dressy, nice pieces for them that match. It's just kind of fun to have them match. And it's very rare to find matching outfits when you're thrifting or garage sailing. I did buy some of those, and those will be the ones that I intentionally take good care of. Other shirts that are just like play shirts, I'm not even gonna worry about it, because already I'm finding this summer we change clothes like 2 to 3 times a day because they'll get wet in the water table or they get all muddy, and I don't want them like wearing those clothes to bed for naps. So we go through a lot of clothes, and so I just need a lot of options for them. So I also got things that were bigger, like for the next size. So this white button up for $4T, 100% cotton from the Children's Place. Here is a 2T shirt, some shorts, a play tank top, another one. I thought this was fun. Look at that. Very cute. Very tropical. Little sporty shorts. Another pair of shorts. These will probably be for like next year. They look a little big. Shorts. Another pair of basketball athletic shorts. A set of jammies. I need so many pairs of pajamas if I don't want to do their laundry like every single day. Another collared shirt. Long sleeve polo. This looks like a bigger size. Yeah, 3T. So this will be for like the fall, winter pajamas. I love these like kind of vintagey looking sweaters. Play shirt for the fall. She talked me into putting this one in my bag. The boys have never seen Frozen, but it's kind of cute. They'll probably like Olaf. Another shirt, a little sweatshirt. This one reminded me of my grandpa. I kind of liked this one. I thought that was kind of cute. Just another play shirt and just another long sleeve casual shirt. I found like a tank top, workout tank top for me. Another little sweatshirt, a little zip up hoodie. It was from a different garage sale, but I kind of like cleared off her tables and these things were a little bit nicer even. Just a nice plain long sleeve shirt, cute little hoodie, pockets for next fall. One in orange. Super cute. A nice pair of khaki dress pants. These are bigger. These are like 4T, I think, but I figure I will thank myself later when I open my 4T bin and I have clothes in it and it's the middle of fall and there's no more garage sale. Another gray shirt and pant outfit. Cute. Jammy set. And then these are just all like jammy pants, which I kind of like because now that we've been potty training, I've kind of been going away from the onesies because it makes it more difficult in the morning to get their diaper off and then you have to unzip them and get them all changed right then and there, where pajama pants and shirt just makes it so much easier for them to go potty in the morning. Some jeans. These were all in really good condition. Oh, another pair of jeans, and this was a nice brand. This was like the Children's Place jeans. These were 4T. So again, they won't fit them for a little while, but I think for $1 or $2 a piece, it was so worth it. I found some brand new shorts for my husband. They were like new with tags on it. So I got him these like dark gray ones. Actually, they're pretty much black. And these light blue ones. So I thought this was cute, this sweater. I got this for myself. It's kind of a chunky knit sweater. I like to keep a few of these kinds of sweaters. I know they're more like wintry, but I like to keep a few more of these sweaters out in the summer, and they're just nice to like throw on at a bonfire or on like a rainy day to have a little bit of warmth. So I usually keep 1 or 2 little sweaters in my wardrobe even in the summer, just because Minnesota weather is unpredictable. We are almost to the end of this close. A nice dress shirt, 2 nice dress shirts, a nice classic plain long sleeve shirt, a pair of sweatpants, a pair of khaki dress pants. This is my last bag of clothes. Long sleeve and a dressy shirt, jammies, 2 set, 3 sets, 4 sets of pajamas. So the little red zip up hoodie, little dinosaur long sleeve shirt, blue shirt, kind of festive red, white, and blue shirt. Wow, that is all the clothes I got. Everything else I found. The last thing that I got, and I'm really excited about, was actually that garage sale where I got this and the cart and everything. I ended up going back to it with my sister, and I was just looking around, doing another glance through, and they had some rugs, and so I asked them to roll it out, and they had this 5x8 100% wool rug in really good condition, and so I got that for our bedroom. It is beautiful. I love it, and I am really excited to have a rug in our bedroom now. There's hardwood floors in all of our house here, and so a rug have been things I've been looking for, but nice rugs can be expensive, but $50 for a wool rug seemed like a great price. Well, you guys, that is everything that I found. I am just so excited that it's garage sailing season. I feel like at this time of the year, I actually do a lot more garage sailing and less thrifting because it's just so much more spontaneous. Like if I am just driving around and I see a sign, I usually just drive over to see what I might find. And sometimes you find nothing, and that's good. And then other times you find those really good garage sales that have just those things you were looking for. Oh, you guys, there were 2 more things. I got this Kleenex tissue cover box. I don't love all the patterns on tissue boxes. Sometimes I just want it to be neutral. So I got this. I also picked up a paper towel holder. It's nothing fancy and it's not even that cute, but we needed one, and for $1 it got by until I found one that I like more. Now I'm done. Now that is everything. Anyways, so if you like thrift haul, garage sale hauls, be sure to subscribe. I do them every so often, but I just love thrifting. If you want to check out how I transformed something that I did thrift, I turned a chest, like a chest, into a file cabinet, which has just been fantastic. A fantastic way to store all of our files. So I'll link that video up here in the cards. Well, I should probably get all of this stuff put away, find a home for it, and get to a little interior decorating. It's always so fun to find new places and kind of change things up when you find some new pieces for your home. I love it. Today I have a thrift haul for you. It's been a while since I've done one of these. By the end of the day yesterday, I just needed to get out of the house and do something. But my brain was feeling overwhelmed and fried, and I didn't know if thrifting would really be something that would help my brain or make me feel any less overwhelmed just going into a thrift store. But I went anyway because it still sounded fun to do, and I was so surprised that just after an hour of thrifting, for me personally, it just cleared my head and kind of took all of that stress and overwhelm from the day away. And it just gave me something new and creative to think about. Just through that little experience that I thought, wow, I really do enjoy thrifting and enjoy the process of finding things to meet the needs in our home, or just find things that are super beautiful. And today I am going to share with you some of my most recent thrift finds. Are you guys? Well, before I show you what I found in this thrift haul today, I thought I would just take you along with me to some of my favorite thrift stores and show you some of the other things that I was seeing and maybe said no to. So I saw this sweet little boat. I thought it would be cute. I thought this was kind of cute as decor. I always like to look in their little kitchen section and just see if there's anything that is missing in my kitchen or any extra little things. I found an extra strawberry huller, which is great, and now I can have that for the boys. So I have been collecting these jars that I store pantry items in, and I found one, so I definitely picked that up. It's always fun to look at the toys and see if there's anything that's worth getting. Usually there's not, and if I have time, I love to look through the book section. I've honestly found a lot of seasonal decor by thrifting. You definitely have to look through some of the weird decorations and such, but sometimes you'll find little gems. I thought this vase was really beautiful. It was a little bit more pricey than what I was wanting to spend, but I did really like it. There are things out now for St. Patrick's Day. I saw this sweet plate and a shamrock cookie cutter, so those were things that I definitely added to my cart. I also saw another one of these little jars, but it didn't have the right seal on it, so I let that one pass by me. I've been seeing a lot of fun trunks and things. I didn't get these because they had a weird smell, but I did really like them. And I thought this dessert platter was really sweet. Now, let me show you what I actually got. So first up, I think these are just so beautiful, are these plates. So I found this blue plate. It's a little one. It's probably about a 6-inch diameter, and it already had a hook on it. And I found this at a garage sale for probably $1. just yesterday while I was out thrifting, I found a green one, and this one was $4. And I'm not going to use these as like real dishes because I can see on them how they have some cracking. So I'm not sure if they would be like food safe, but this one says it was made in Italy. And I think I will put a hook on the back of it and hang it on the wall. This green will go really well with some of the colors that we have throughout the house. I'm always looking for things like in the next season ahead. And so right now we're kind of at the end of winter and I'm anticipating spring. And so one thing I'm going to show you in a little bit is we are planning to build a mud kitchen for the boys outside. And so yesterday part of my mission was to find different kitchen tools and bowls and things for that outdoor kitchen so that they don't take my dishes. And I found some really great ones. But another like spring find, I found a really great pair of rain boots for the boys. Let me see if I can find the brand. They might actually even be a little bit too big for this year. They might end up being a next year one. But the tag, they were $8.38. A nice pair of rain boots. So when I see nice things that I know we're gonna need, I usually just get them, and I know I'm gonna have saved the money in the long run and just store it for when we need it. This was something that I thrifted. You maybe saw it in one of my Christmas decorating videos, but it's this wooden sled. It's just a sweet little decoration for these winter months. And so we've just still had it out. I had it for Christmas, but I've been keeping it out this winter as well. I'm not going to show this part to you right now, but I'll save it all for the end, is all of the books that I have thrifted in the last couple of months. I love when I get the chance to kind of peruse the books. Sometimes you don't find anything, but sometimes you find some real treasures, and I definitely have over the last couple months. This stood out to me when I was thrifting one day with my sister, and it's this large floral print in a gold frame. It's behind a real piece of glass. I've actually had it hung up upstairs, and then we did some painting, and so I had to take it down, and I need my husband to re-hang it. But I just liked the colors in it, as well as just like how chunky the flowers are, and the frame is beautiful in gold. So I think I paid like $10 or $12 for this print. So yesterday while I was thrifting, clearing my head, I spotted these. They're brass music note book stands. They're felted on the bottom. They're pretty weighty. They were a little bit more expensive than some things I'm buying. They were each $7. But I thought they would be beautiful book stands for on top of our piano. So I really like these ones. I picked up these little eggs yesterday. I thought they would be sweet. I have this little bunny dish that I thrifted last year, and I thought it'd be cute to put the eggs in there just as a little Easter decoration, which we are getting closer to. These were $2. Sometimes when you're thrifting, you just find things that you actually need. And so one thing I saw in their Easter selection were these like Easter bags for Easter baskets. And it's 2 of the bags for 50 cents, which is cheaper than what I would pay if I got them new at the dollar store. So I picked up those for the boys' Easter baskets. Speaking of baskets, it's never a thrift haul without a good basket. And yesterday I found a really nice one for $2. It's a pretty nice big one, which I like. I'm going to use it in the sunroom here to put some of the boys' cars in. Some of the ones that I've had have just been a little bit too small. So here we are. Not really a basket, but kind of like a basket. I found this file box. It has the little rungs there to hang files on it. I took the tag off. I think it was like $3 or $4, but it's the Target brand. So it's a pretty nice one, and I figure once we start homeschooling, it would be nice to have just a smaller little file to hold things. So So that's why I picked it up. Okay, I want to move on to some of the kid things. And so, like I said, we are planning a mud kitchen. So just last night, my husband and I, we were kind of dreaming up what we would want this to look like, kind of thinking 2 sinks and maybe a way to get the hose, like a spigot for them to have water to it. And I just want something, our yard isn't very big, and so I want just something that makes it really fun and engaging, and like they could spend a lot of time out there, even though we don't have a lot of space for them. And so I thought a mud kitchen was kind of the way to go. So here's what I got for that. There was one really special thing. I'm gonna save that one for last. So first is this stainless steel bowl. I got this one for $3, which would be perfect for all of their mud soups and things. Another stainless steel bowl. This one I like because it has a little hook on it, so we'll be able to like hang it somewhere in the kitchen out there. This one was $2. One more little stainless steel bowl. This one was $1. Then I found a muffin tin, and I liked this one. There were a couple, but I chose this one because it had a little hole so we could hang it, and it's also really lightweight, which I liked. This one was $2.59, and it might have been on sale, but I don't remember which colors were on sale. I found a stack of 3 funnels for $3, which I thought would be kind of fun. I found this really cool fun whisk. It has this beautiful like ceramic top here, decoration handle. A whisk for making all their soups. Okay, now this is my favorite thing that I found yesterday while I was thrifting for the mud kitchen. It is an antique ricer. And so this, how fun will this be for them to just like push their mud through. Super cute and fun. This one was a little bit more spendy. This one was like almost $7. $6.98. Not for the mud kitchen, but a child toy, which is already missing pieces, unfortunately. But it's this little fire truck, and it has these little guys, like little pegs that go in, and a little hammer where they popped them and like popped the guys out of it. We had like a different version of this toy when the boys were babies, and they loved it. And I just thought it was so cute, so I got it. But somehow the boys have misplaced the little peg guys. I'm sure they'll show up, but I didn't know where they were today. While I was looking yesterday, I found this really sweet little crystal, I'm not sure if it's real crystal, but this little dish. It's to put an egg in, like a hard-boiled egg. So I thought that would be really pretty on the table on Easter. The boys have really been enjoying eating hard-boiled eggs as well. How sweet is this little egg stand? I picked up a shamrock cookie cutter for some Play-Doh for St. Patrick's Day, which is coming up. I didn't have that shape, so we'll add it to my collection. One thing I had needed was a pair of rain boots, and I was almost gonna buy them, but then I was doing some thrifting and I found a pair, and they're not like super high quality ones, but they will do the trick. For, I think I got them for like $8. They were on sale. So comfortable, my size, black, classic, do the trick. So got myself a new pair of rain boots. Now I'm just ready for the spring weather to show up so that I can actually wear them. I'm getting really tired of the cold, snowy, icy weather. It needs to go away. Okay, you guys, that is most of everything I have. Now I'm just going to go rapid fire through the books I got, and I will point out some of the really cool ones. Otherwise, I'll just kind of show you the titles of the ones that I got, because there's a lot of them. There were probably more, but these are the ones that I could pull off the shelf that I remembered thrifting. Here's my stack of books, all the things that I've thrifted recently. I'm going to start with my kind of the most special ones that I've found, real little treasures. So this one, Kate Greenway's Book of Games. And this one was $1. And it's full of these sweet little games for children to play. Like this one, How, When, and Where. The players sit in a line. One who is chosen to ask the question goes out of the room. The players then choose a word with many meanings. When they have fixed on it, the person outside is called in and goes down the line of players saying to each, "How do you like it?" Then he walks down a second time asking, when do you like it? The third time saying, where do you like it? From the answers, he guesses what the word is. I just thought this would be a super fun book to have on our shelf if the boys are bored when they're older, or they have friends over and they're not sure what to do, just giving them a bunch of fun little games that they could play. On that same day, I think at the same thrift store, I found this one, A is for Annabelle by Tasha Tudor, which her books are beautiful. This one was also $1. Just look at this. This one's a little more fragile, but all of the illustrations in her books are so beautiful. We have her board book called One is One, which is a really fun one. So this is definitely not a book that the boys would enjoy maybe as much. Some of them are a little more ladylike, but I thought it would be the sweetest one if there's a little baby girl that enters our family someday, God willing. Okay, another one that I was like, what? This is amazing that I found this at a thrift store. It is a Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne revolving picture book. So if you haven't seen these, they're just the coolest books. They have these little tabs. Side note about Winnie the Pooh. I was just recommended this movie from my sister, and if you like the Winnie the Pooh series, or you read it to your children, which if you don't, it's great, highly recommend it. This movie, Goodbye Christopher Robin, is so great, and it tells a story about how the stories got written, and just kind of what that was like. It's not the most like joyful, it's kind of sad at parts, but it's really a good movie. Okay, this one was fun, Crash Bang Boom. And this is by Peter Spire. There's not a ton of words in it. It's just the sounds of all of these different things. All right, here we go. Panda Bear, Panda Bear. What do you see? Been finding a lot of Leo Leone books. So this is Frederick. The boys have liked this one. I thought this one was cute. My Best Nest. Been seeing this one on Booklist. The Big Snow. The Rabbit Listened. I found a copy of The Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. This is one of our favorites, Caps for Sale. I remember this one as a kid growing up, A House for Hermit Crab by Eric Carle. The Little Prince. I found another Beatrix Potter. Mr. Popper's Penguins, when the boys get older. Madeline in London. The Story of Snow. Fables by Arnold Lobel, who is the author who wrote the Frog and Toad books. Little Blue and Little Yellow. This is another Leo Leone one. All God's Critters in the Choir. All God's Critters Got a Place in the Choir. Armadillo Rodeo by Jan Brett. All right, you guys. Well, that is all of my thrifted finds that I have to share with you today. I will catch you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye. Guys, it's Emma. I have another thrift haul for you today. First up, classic, a basket, another basket. This is a really nice big basket. Wicker, super sturdy handles. Lately, I've been just using it on our counter for fruit, for bananas and things. I actually like it for bananas because the bananas kind of rest in there well and don't get all squished. So, I love myself a basket. Next, I got this at the Goodwill for $5, $4.99, and it is a little Christmas like basket. So it's kind of got ties there, little Christmas trees on it, and I just thought it would be the cutest little basket for like puzzle pieces or a small little activity. I'm sure you'll see it in another video upcoming with some Christmas activities. So this was just too cute to put away. It'll just look great out on some of our open shelving. So I picked up that. I also took time. We went on our anniversary. Our 4-year wedding anniversary was this past week, and we were able to take our time in the thrift store, and I perused the books, which I don't normally do. Sometimes it just feels overwhelming to go through all of the children's books, but I thought, why not? And I was so pleased with what I found. There was actually a lot of books that I had almost purchased, but I didn't. I was doing a whole series of blog posts on Christmas books for children, and I got a lot of Christmas books. Actually, I just made a video on an advent calendar for Christmas, like a Christmas countdown. So if you want to see that, I'll link the video up here in the cards and down below as well. But so I've been buying a lot of Christmas books. There were some I didn't buy, but I did find some of them. So this one is The First Christmas Night. So it looked good. Kind of nice pictures. This one, Winter Days in the Big Woods. And it's a Little House on the Prairie book. It's in great condition. Hardcover, not a scratch. It's like looks brand new. So I picked up that one. This one is from Tommy DePaulo, The Legend of the Poinsettia, which I thought looked really cute. Poinsettias are those classic Christmas flowers. If you've seen any other Tommy DePaulo books, they're just kind of, he's got some classic stories and illustrations. So this is one on my Christmas list that I didn't buy, but found it, and it's honestly like in perfect condition. Another classic that I actually bought a copy of, but I'm glad to have a backup or lend it to someone, is The Story of Holly and Ivy. It's a beautiful Christmas story. It's a longer one. If you saw my other video, you saw that, but just a really beautiful story of a girl, Holly, or a girl, Ivy, and the doll, Holly. We picked up that one. This one, my husband said he grew up reading it. Bear Stays Up for Christmas. It's a little bit more of like a silly Christmas book, but we picked it up because it was there. This one looked cute. The Stable Where Jesus Was Born. I got that one. I actually hadn't seen that one, but it's very just like matter of fact, tells the nativity story. This was one on my list that I didn't buy, but I'm so glad I found, was B is for Bethlehem. This will just be a great one for the boys. It's one of those like alphabet books. So telling you, like here, C is for crowds. Again, a really nice hardcover one. I found it at the Goodwill for $1.50. That's awesome. These ones have been a hit so far. Things That Go and Monster Trains. I just knew my boys would like those. They've been really into fire trucks and cars and vehicles, things like that. So pick them up. They're kind of those like early reader type books, but I figured they'd enjoy looking at all of the pictures. This is a book that I never had, or I hadn't even read it growing up. Ferdinand, the story of Ferdinand the Bull. So my husband said it was a good one. I actually haven't even made it through all the way. The boys didn't let me finish the story to them. Classic toddler. This one, Baby Signs. It's a board book, but kind of seemed like a fun one to practice some baby sign language. This was a book I grew up reading. The Relatives Came. So when I saw it, it was just one of those like, oh, I know that book, and I got it. I actually haven't read it yet. I think it's kind of one of those silly books, but we picked up that one. This one's really sweet. The Kissing Hand, and bonus, it has a moon in it. Our boys have just been like obsessed with the moon lately. Yeah, there was one morning they saw the moon outside, and we went outside. It was still dark out because daylight savings hadn't happened yet. And yeah, they love a story with a moon. They find it on any page. So the fact that there's a moon in this book makes it a winner. And it's just a really sweet little story. Two more Tommy DePaulo books. I got the Jackpot. This is a little book about Thanksgiving, which is super sweet. And then another Tommy DePaulo book. I didn't actually know this story, The Legend of the Blue Bonnet. I haven't even read it yet, but it looked like he just has some really great books, so I trusted that it would be a good one. So those are my book finds. I think there were actually a few others. They might be upstairs, but the notable ones are here. So it was a pretty successful thrifting time. I also picked up this cute little like a stone or crock flower pot. What would you call this? Like a flower pot. I don't know. The word's escaping me. And I knew it was because it had a little hole on the bottom to drain extra water. So I was thinking I'll get like a little succulent or something right now. I've just had it sitting on our shelf because I literally got it the other day. But I think even the little picture on the front's really beautiful. So I'm excited about that. I picked up another picture. Yes. because you never know when they're going to break them. But this one just looked so sweet. A little white pitcher, just classic, kind of a good size, lightweight, lead free. So little pitcher, never can have enough of those. Now this is one I was looking around my house to see, was there anything else I haven't shown you guys that I had thrifted? And I don't think I've ever shown you this. This is like a little wooden box with little compartments. Give me a second to think about what I might use it for. And I think I got it for like a couple dollars at a garage sale once. And it is perfect. It has little hooks to hang it on the wall. So I hang it like this, and I use essential oils at times. And so it's the perfect size for setting up my oils, and the smaller little bottles fit just perfectly in there. And then I usually line up more of my tall bottles up here on the top. But I just hang this on the wall in our bathroom and hold all of our essential oils on it. So that was kind of a cute little thing. I don't think that's what it was made for, but it works perfectly for that. Okay, I'm gonna save the best for last, but this is kind of a smaller thrift haul. I have just 2 more things. This is something that I got a while ago. It is a dome, like a glass dome on this little wicker tray. And I put like a religious statue underneath this of the Holy Family in our bedroom. And it's just really beautiful. I just think it kind of enhances something, makes it more beautiful. Maybe at some point I'll get like some flowers, dried flowers or something to put in there. But I thought it was a really neat piece. I just picked it up at a garage sale a while ago. I actually think it's one of those Hearth and, yeah, I think is that the Magnolia brand? So maybe it's something you could find still on that website. This. I went to an antique store a few weekends ago and looked around. There was a lot of things I probably could have got. They have so many beautiful like baskets and wall decor and just so many things, but there wasn't anything like specifically that I was looking for. This place actually has a lot of really beautiful pieces of furniture too. They refinish a lot of like tables and chairs and dressers and end tables. In the future, if I need something, I'll probably go there, but I wasn't looking for anything specific when I went. I just thought it would be fun to kind of get out on a Sunday afternoon while the boys were napping and do something fun. And I found this picture. It is just like a wintry scene. I love that it's a gold frame. It's also one of those like really old school, like well-made frames where you have the wire hanging. I loved that it was horizontal like this. I feel like my mom has some piece of artwork that would hang vertically like this, but I don't think you often see this like long, narrow size picture anymore. And just the picture of it is so beautiful and simple. I'm just really excited to have it out. I probably could start putting it out almost soon. We've got snow already on the ground. Anyways, I just thought it would be just a great little touch to our home this winter and Christmas season. I've been really wanting to get more seasonal artwork and build up a collection of artwork. And so this was just a great piece. I think I paid like $13 for it, which to me felt like a pretty good deal for the beauty that it is. All right, you guys, well, that was a pretty quick and short thrift haul. If you're looking for more thrift hauls, I'll link up some of my other thrift hauls from before, but I wanted to share the newest things that I have found with you and give you some inspiration. I love thrifting. It's just, I was telling my husband we were going to the thrift store on there. It's just like this, you don't know what you're going to find. It's such a thrill to go in and see. Like maybe you'll find nothing, but maybe you'll find some great things. And it also is like a exercise for your brain to walk through the store and just think about how you could use things in different ways. So I just love the whole experience of thrifting. I'm just really happy with the things that I found. So I'm going to start with some of my favorite things that we've used with our twins and that I found more recently. The first is this tiny little chair. I just moved back a little bit. This chair I picked up it was actually at a garage sale for $2. It's probably like The seat is probably 5 inches off of the ground, so it makes it perfect for my boys. We use it in their bedroom as a dressing chair, so when we're getting them dressed in the morning, we have this small little chair that they can sit on. What I like about it is it's actually small enough for a young toddler or even like an infant who's just starting to sit. So they could have been using this at like 8 or 9 months, which I think I got it around that time, and it has been perfect for them. So I always keep my eye out for miniature furniture for young kiddos, because a lot of the kids' furniture these days isn't small enough actually for like a very young toddler. It's better for like a 3 or 4 year old, which is important, but we still need to accommodate our youngest little ones. Now I'm going to share all of the trays that I have with me. I'm sure there's more, but these are the ones I found. So this one is just a leaf tray. I used this in my classroom when we would do leaf classifications, and I think I'm going to use it this fall with the boys for leaf tearing activities, just as kind of a sensory activity, a motor activity, and I'll just put the leaves on this leaf tray. Or maybe when we're out collecting leaves, we can bring this tray with us and we can put the leaves on this tray. So this is just a fun, simple one. I don't remember how much it was, but probably just a couple of bucks. I also have this stainless steel or metal tray. I've used this in different areas in my home, in the bathroom to set on a few little things. I love having little trays to set things on. It is a way that I also make clutter look not cluttered. So in the bathroom, just putting the things that you'd need on your counter on a tray makes it look purposeful and intentional there. So I'm always grabbing little trays that I think are beautiful. In my Montessori classroom, we would put out like little cards or things that was a work, and it allows a child to carry something to another space. And so you can have lots of little things on a tray. We'll probably use it for like art supplies. You could put a couple of pencils on here. So many things you can do with the tray. So I keep a lot of them around. This is very special. This actually wasn't a thrift find. It was something I got on Etsy, but it is the most adorable little beehive yarn dispenser. So the back is open for a ball of yarn to go in, and then there's a little hole for you to thread the yarn through. And I kept this on my art shelf in my classroom for just quick, like if the child wanted to make a book or something and tie it together, they could just snip as much yarn as they needed, but not take a whole skein to their space. I have not yet let this be out around my boys because they wouldn't quite know how to use it, but I'm really excited for when they might start finger knitting or doing different handwork activities, and I can bring this out in an art area in our home. So this is a very special piece that I just love. This is a cool tray that I have. It has 3 little compartments, and this is perfect for minimizing the amount of a medium that's available. So I could just have like 3 crayons out or 3 pencils or even 3 like dot painters, and it gives a more manageable amount of something. And that's, I think, something when we think of offering specific things to our child like paint or colored pencils or crayons, it seems overwhelming because we think we have to give them all of it, but instead we can use trays and baskets and bins to arrange items in smaller quantities that are manageable. And a child would be able to manage 3 crayons. Maybe they can't manage 36 crayons, and that becomes too overwhelming. But if there's things like this that you see, I always pick them up because I know I'll be able to use them for some activity at some point. So this is a fun little tray. I may have a minor obsession with pitchers. I picked this one up probably at a garage sale or a thrift store. Just a little glass pitcher. It'll be perfect for pouring. It will be perfect for even like transferring of beans or rice. This one I got as a gift. It's a ceramic one. Honestly, we use this more in the kitchen for like maple syrup when we have pancakes, but it will serve when they're a little older for pouring. This is the pitcher that we use on a daily basis. At the table, we fill it with water, and this is what we pour from. I have a smaller stainless steel one that the boys can pour out of. This is the one we use right now, but in a little while, they'll be able to pour from this as well. And then I picked this one up at a thrift store. I thought it was so beautiful. It's got all of these kind of raised paint marks on it. It's very small, probably like 2 or 3 ounces. And I just think it's the sweetest little picture. I will probably wait until they're a little bit more aware of, you know, their surroundings and how they're treating objects before I let them use this, but I'm excited for this to be part of an activity or a work in the future. Oh, I picked this up somewhere years ago. It's a hook. It's a little bird decorative hook for a coat or an apron. I love adding pops of color with little things like this and creating spaces that are just for the child. So having a low hook where they can hang their coat on, or their apron or their bib. These things communicate that this space is for the child, and they notice those things. So preparing classrooms, preparing our home is one of my favorite parts of doing Montessori at home, because one, I can thrift, but two, I just love putting all these pieces together and making those beautiful spaces. So if you're interested in that, be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow along. I share a lot of Montessori-inspired homemaking content of how we are living out Montessori in our daily life with twins. So that just adds a little bit of a twist to our journey. But always pick up a good, beautiful hook if you find them. My next minor obsession is like small baskets or little things you can put other things into. And so this is just a little treasure chest. I use this in my classroom for little slips of paper. They would actually probably be ready to use this fastener. So maybe I'll keep this one out. This is near and dear to me. I found these while I was more antiquing. I don't know if it was a thrift store, but they are these beautiful button boxes. Unfortunately, I'm missing one button on each of them, which is so sad to me. I think I have one of the buttons somewhere that I need to sew back on. I will need to look for them, but I kept buttons in these different sewing supplies in my classroom, and they just were the most beautiful little boxes on a shelf. They're fabric. So when you find little beautiful things like this, even if you don't know exactly how you're going to use it yet, if you have a young child or you have little things you want available, a small little package or box or tray, it's just like so enhances it so much, and it makes it that much more special. Children would always love to go get the button box, and it's very clear to be like, go get the button box. They know exactly what that is. So when you find little treasures, I just can't pass them up. So those are also some of my favorite things I have found. Here are a few other little baskets I found. This just little wicker one is really nice. These make little great baskets for just like small little objects. I would put like tapestry needles in here, or pieces of paper, or little cards for activities. And then here's another one, a little bit bigger. I even tend to use these things for myself. I think I've stored receipts in a little basket like this on the counter. So much more beautiful than a pile of receipts or receipts shoved into a drawer. Just getting a little basket or container for them makes even our junk look a little bit better. Ringing a bell in a Montessori environment is almost an instant way to get a child's attention. It was one of the things I was most drawn to when I was learning about Montessori. I went into a classroom and I saw, and I didn't even hear the bell. It was so quiet, and the room just fell with this silence over it. And that was a moment where I was like, this is different. this environment is different. And I loved that no adult needed to raise their voice or shout or do something really loud and obnoxious to get the children's attention. It was this very calm, quiet symbol of ringing a bell that brought this calm to the environment. And so ever since then, I keep my eye out for bells. I have a few other like glass bells, and I'm excited to just start creating routines around ringing a bell when it's time to clean up our house to get to lunchtime or dinner time. And so I found this beautiful bell. And then this is another one I used in my classroom. This one I found off Etsy. And they just make little good decorations too on a bookshelf or somewhere in your house. But they also can be practical tools in our home for creating, external order and routine as well. And that's kind of fun. This I found many, many years ago before I even had children. And it is this set of spreaders. They are porcelain handles and then stainless steel blades. They're not sharp. They're just like a dull butter knife. It comes in this beautiful block. I remember when I got it, I just knew like this is something I will want for my children. Again, I got this probably when I was in Montessori training many years ago, and I think I lent it to my sister, and now she gave it back to me. And the boys have started using these to spread peanut butter on their toast, and it's just the sweetest little thing. I love objects and things that give everything a place, and this does exactly that. Somewhere along my journey, I picked up this. It's just a little stand for a card. You could use this in a lot of ways, display a picture, or you could put like a list on it or a mirror. So that's a fun little piece. This is one of many baskets that I have collected. I am all about wicker baskets. I just think they're so sturdy, beautiful. Often you can find them a lot cheaper than even a regular basket or bin that you'd find at Target or something. And so always keep an eye out for a good basket. Honestly, I use them all over my house for so many different things and move them around and change it all up. But a good basket, I'm always drawn to buy. Woo! Here is something I found at a garage sale. It has 3 compartments and it has these little glass jars. I use this in our bathroom for Q-tips, cotton balls, and like cotton rounds. I actually found the exact same one, a second one, and I use it. It didn't have any of the glass jars in it, but I use it for bottles in my laundry room to just store like our stain remover and our liquid detergent and just a few little spray bottles, and it's perfect for that. But again, what I look for is things that give things a home. A Montessori principle and the thing that I strive for in our home is that everything has a place and everything is in its place. And we don't do that perfectly by any means, but again, it's something I strive towards because it really makes living in a space that much easier, especially when you have multiple people, when you know where things are and they are in that place. That was really necessary, especially in a Montessori classroom, but I'm finding it to be super helpful and beneficial in our home as well. And so having these little things that hold things, but also make it beautiful. That's the key. It's like, yes, a Q-tip box holds Q-tips and a cotton ball bag holds cotton balls. But those are not beautiful. Personally, I don't think those are beautiful. And so I like to transfer things that I use into another basket or container. I do this even like with my egg cartons. They kind of are cumbersome. You have to open it and close it, and you spend all this time doing that. So instead, I just have a basket in my fridge that fits well in the space, and I put all my eggs into that basket. I take the time to take them out of my carton, put them into the basket, and it brings me so much joy to pull out that basket of all of these beautiful eggs rather than opening a styrofoam, loud, crinkly, ugly blue carton. So it's those little things that make a space more of a home. Here is another container basket box, I guess. I've used this to store diapers. I've used this to store toys. I've used it to store books. Just kind of a fun little basket. Some antique store or thrift store or garage sale. I'm not sure. One of the above. All right, I just have a few more things to share with you. This is a beautiful little lampshade that I found. I use this on a little candlestick light in our bathroom. I just think it's the sweetest thing. Adds a little color, a little beauty. It's small and dainty, and just it's the perfect size for a bathroom lamp. Lamps, that's one thing. I guess I'm not going to inherently say it's Montessori, but I had, I think, almost 20 lamps in my classroom. And there's something about having lamps on in a room that just softens the environment in a way that's so peaceful. I could turn all the lights off in my classroom and have this beautiful lighting just from all of the lamps. And it was just something very special to me. So I have a lot of lamps in my home, and I like to find little lamps that I can use on the counter or in the bathroom. It just makes it feel cozy. So that lampshade was a fun find. Okay, one bigger piece here. This is a small little bench that we use in our entryway for our boys to sit on, for them to get their coats on, shoes on and off. I found it for $7 at the Goodwill a couple of months ago, and it's just perfect. I mean, it's little, probably the seats 4 inches off of the ground, which is perfect for them right now. At a certain point, we'll need to get something a little bit bigger, but it works great for now, and it will continue to be good. So we made this little cozy entryway for them that's just their size. I have a blog post all about that and kind of things to consider to make a Montessori inspired entryway. So I'll link that in the description box below if you want to check that out. Similarly, I have a blog post about creating a Montessori inspired like self-care area in a bedroom or a bathroom. I'll link that one as well. So if you're looking for ways to bring beauty into your home, make sure to check out those blog posts for more information and details. All right, I have 2 more things. This is a beautiful little watering can, and this is not something I thrifted. This was actually something that my grandmother gave me. I was at her house and I commented on it. It's just, I think it's a copper watering can, and I had it in my classroom. It's just the perfect size for a small child, or it's really nice even for houseplants. I complimented it, and then she gave it to me. So I love this little piece in our home. I lied. I actually have 2 more things now. This little basket I found at a thrift store. It'll be cute to hang on a wall and put some socks or hats or mittens, something in there. I like that it is like a fabric, a texture. I think you can get away with adding color and texture into your home in these small little ways. And that's been fun. So haven't used this yet in our space, but I know I'll find a place for it soon. Then the last piece that I found, actually this shelf behind me was thrifted. We got that on our anniversary for $40 at the Goodwill, and the bottom is cabinets, which is really nice. I store extra toys down there to do toy rotations. So this has been a really nice addition to our space. On that same night when we thrifted, I found this. Seems odd to do it this way. This end table. It's perfect. It's just a small little end table, and it has a little space for books and magazines and things down here. I really love the color of it. It's got good texture, good lines. It's a little curvy. It's in really good condition. And we picked that up there as well. You can get so many things thrifted secondhand. I honestly, if you were to go through my house, almost everything is thrifted or gotten at a major discount. This furniture, this chair was thrifted. I got this at an estate sale for $12. So I'm always keeping my eye out for like unique pieces that bring character and beauty into our space. Those are my Montessori finds. Thanks for stopping by our Montessori home. Today I'm going to share with you all of my Christmas thrift finds. I had the opportunity last weekend to go for a whole day thrifting, and I was surprised that I got so many little Christmas things. I haven't been adding to my collection all that often, so this is really fun. If you hear any like background noise, that is my son. He's going down for his nap, but he fell asleep for like 5 minutes in the car, and that always ruins nap time. So hopefully he will fall asleep. His brother's sleeping. I have twins, so if you hear that, that's what it is. But I'm gonna start with this pillow. I picked up this throw pillow at a thrift store for $5. It's in like perfect condition. It looks honestly brand new. Super cute, kind of that like candy cane feel. I found this Christmas tree little platter. It's a Target brand, Threshold. I thought it would be cute for some little treats, or maybe like a bar of soap in the bathroom, or maybe some jewelry. My dresser, we'll see when I get to decorating how we end up using it. In our kitchen, I have this mug tree stand that holds 6 mugs. And I have a few Christmas mugs, but I wanted to get a few more. And so I just picked up this really simple cream with just a green rim coffee mug for that stand. I found another mug. This is actually from Home Goods, so I guess it's not necessarily thrifted, but it is discounted. So I picked up this. It has some Christmas trees. I love like a chunkier mug. I'm not a fan of those really like thin glassed ones. So I thought this one was really cute, and it'll look great on our little mug stand. The next thing that I found, I was thrifting with my mom, and I found these kind of Christmassy scene plates. It's just like a snowy scene. These are Avon plates, so I don't think they're anything like super fancy. I think I got them for like $4 or $5, but I thought they would be really cute hung on the wall. And then I got this Santa one, like hung on the wall, and then put something in the middle. I have some like mirror. I have a square mirror that I thought might go good, or maybe I'll be able to find some other little Christmassy piece of artwork. But I picked up those. So I need to get like the things to hang them on the wall. I've never done this before where I hang plates, but these just felt festive and kind of fun. I found this Christmas tree shaped cutting board. Figure either I can use it for my boys around Christmas time for cutting, or maybe I'll even like hang it up somewhere or use it, I don't know, like on a bookshelf in the background. We'll see. Okay, this thing is, I wasn't sure what I thought about it because it's a little weird, kind of, but I'm growing to just love it. And the lady at the store affirmed my purchase. She was like, oh, that just came in the other day. We love it. So it's this towel rack stand, but it's like it's a faucet top here. So that's where you hang a towel, and then there's this little section where you can put a bar of soap, and it just sits on your counter. And I was drawn to it because in our bathroom downstairs, the rack for the towel is like on the wall opposite of where the sink is, and so you always have to like move your hands across and always drip water on the floor. And I wanted a towel rack kind of right next to the sink. And so this works. It's kind of unique and yeah, just kind of unique. So it'll look really cute with some of our Christmas towels and maybe a nice scented bar of soap for the holidays. So I'm excited about that. The more I see it in my house, the more I like it. I was a little unsure, but I'm glad that I picked it up. Now, when you're shopping in November, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet, all of the Christmas things are being sold. And so a lot of the like Thanksgiving and fall things are on sale. So I picked up these taper candles that were they were on clearance. They were $5. And I just thought they were a really fun, kind of unique taper candle for our Christmas table, for our Christmas morning breakfast. There's 4 of them. Anyways, for $5, I thought those are nice, and I got those. So we have 4 new candles. This I just thought would be really cute on a shelf, somewhere. Maybe we'll put some of our little like manger pieces in here for our nativity scene. I'm not exactly sure how we'll use it yet, but really cute basket, opens and closes, and I just really like the color of it, and it's pretty sturdy. I found this little white Christmas tree. I think it could be an ornament, but I also thought, what did I pay for it? 50 cents. There's this great thrift store by our house, or closer to my mom's house, and it has really good prices, like significantly better than the Goodwill, where you can find cute little things for like 50 cents or $1. And yeah, this could be cute, you know, on the tree, or maybe like on a little shelf, or kind of by the sink. There's a lot of little places I could put this. So I also picked up a wicker basket as like a little garbage can, but I'm looking for like another fake tree. Not another fake tree. We get a real tree. But it would be fun to have like a little artificial tree up in this playroom actually, or in the boys' bedroom. And I think I could put the base of it in here potentially. And then at other times of the year use it as a waste can. But it was sturdy, nice, and I liked it. So I got those. If you saw my last thrift haul, I showed this picture, which is this winter scene, this beautiful gold frame, and I'm really excited to hang this up. That's something I want to do throughout our home, if I get around to it, is getting prints of Christmas art and putting them into some of our other frames, and just doing seasonal artwork. And this is just a great start to my collection of some Christmas seasonal artwork. Okay, for 50 cents, I found this little bottle brush tree. I don't have any of these, so this is kind of a fun one. It'll look cute on some bookshelf, or maybe in the bathroom on the counter or something like that. Okay, this year, starting December 1st, I am going to be doing a Christmas book countdown all through Advent. So I found 24 books for each day, and I'm wrapping them up, and then I'll give my children one each day. If you're interested in that, I'll link the video of all the 24 books that I'm going to be doing in this Advent calendar countdown. But I found some more Christmas books to add to my collection. I don't know if I'll use them all this year, but some of them I will. Others I think I'm going to lend to my sister to borrow. But this one, The Legend of the Poinsettia by Tommy DePaulo. This is a great one. This next one, this is Peter Spire's Christmas, and it's not a, it's just a picture book. So it's full of pictures all about Christmas. I grew up with this one in our house. This was one I almost bought, but then I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't because I thrifted it. Like I almost bought it new. B is for Bethlehem, so an alphabet book of Christmas things. This, The First Christmas Night, The Stable Where Jesus Was Born. I'm just convinced that thrifting books is the way to go. Bear Stays Up for Christmas. A classic, The Story of Holly and Ivy. Winter Days in the Big Woods, in really good condition. The Mitten. And the last one was Gingerbread Baby by Jan Brett. So this was one on my list that I hadn't bought, and I'm so glad I found it. So those were some of my Christmas books that I thrifted. Again, I'll also link some blog posts to some like classic Christmas books and books for toddlers or Christ-centered Christmas books. I've got all of those lists for you to check out, and I'll put them down in the description box below. This I picked up a little while ago. This is a little tray, and I'm excited to set up like a Montessori Christmas activity. I think I'll probably do like scooping jingle bells, or pouring jingle bells, or like a tongs transfer activity in here. It's nice and plaid, and it's got these cute little embroidered Christmas trees on them. You might have seen this in a previous thrift haul video, but I thought I'd show it again because it's, well, Christmassy. Okay, I have like 3 more thrifted things, and then I want to show you 2 things that I decided to buy to add to our collection. So I have been wanting one of these. It's just a very simple gold candle holder, but it has that little holder and that little drip dish, which is so cute. And it came with this white glass, and it has an etched scene of like people on a sleigh ride. I'm not sure if that comes through very clearly. That's probably worse, but nonetheless, there's like a horse and a sleigh ride, and it just sits in here, and then you put a candle in there, and I just thought it was so beautiful. And then when it's not Christmas time, I could just use the candle holder as is. This lamp behind me I picked up at the thrift store. Just a very simple white shade, and then it's a very skinny gold base, and yeah, it's just kind of a delicate, lovely lamp. And I thought I kind of lean towards like golds and reds and greens in our Christmas decorating. I just think they're very classic, and I just like the look of them, and so this seems like it'll just pull in some of those colors really well in our decorating. Okay, my last little thrifted item for 50 cents was this small little stocking. I actually got this as a business expense because for like a little younger toddler, older baby, you could just have a little activity where they like put something in and out of the stocking. Children really like to do that kind of transfer work, and I needed to photograph a picture of it for the blog, and I didn't have one of these small stockings, so I picked that up. Okay, now the two things, I guess it's kind of three things, that I bought for Christmas. I wanted a Christmassy rug for our Montessori entryway where we have the boys' little like bench and drawers for their hats and mittens and gloves. And I found this the other day at Walmart. It's just a red, white, and green plaid rug. So I think it was like $8 or $9. It's not like the most high quality, but it's seasonal and festive, and it was something that was on my list to pick up. So I got that. And then the other Christmas decoration that my mom always did growing up was putting little lights in every window in the house. And so when you would drive by the house, you would just see these simple individual lights in every window. And I've done that in our home. And the lights that I got, they've been slowly dying. Another creator recommended these ones. They're more of they're a taper candle here, and they're electric. So you can just press the button on the bottom, and then you've got a nice little flame. It comes with a remote, and so you can make it so that it's just a light where it's solid, or you can make it where it's a candle and it kind of flickers like a candle. And then with these, I got a set of 12 of these little gold brass. I would say they're not like the most highest quality. They look like they're just painted, but they will do just fine for what we need. And put the candle on the little stand and then place them in the window like that. So I don't know that we'll be able to like set them on a schedule like I was with my other ones. So we'll just have to manually probably turn them on each night. But that's okay. There is a timer on it, so you could set it for like a certain number of hours so that it's not running all the time. It just takes 2 AAAs. So I'll put links to both the candles and these little stands down below, but I'm really excited about adding these to our collection. I know that I'll use them for a long time to come. So I got 12 of them, 2 packs. They come in a pack of 6. All right, you guys, well, those are all of my thrift finds. I hope you enjoyed looking at them. I'm so excited to use them and get them out into our home environment, and just they seem so cozy and classic. I really liked the pieces that I picked up, and hopefully I can get out and do a little bit more thrifting before Christmas decorating gets here officially. I'm one of those decorate after Thanksgiving kind of people, but as I've been out in the stores, it's been so fun. I've been tempted actually to just start decorating a little bit sooner, but I'm holding off. We have our boy's birthday the week before Thanksgiving, and so I know that I'll feel better about getting through Thanksgiving and then decorating after the fact. But I'm excited to use these things, and I will see you next week for another video. Have a great day. It's been a hot second. It's been a while since I have given you a thrift haul, and there has been a lot of thrifting going on in the last weeks, months. I'm not sure how long it's been. It's garage sailing season, and I have a lot of really beautiful treasures to share with you today. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Emma, mom of twins, bringing Montessori into our home with so many little touches of beauty, and I love to do that with thrifting and finding used secondhand items. I just think they bring so much charm and character, and I can really prepare a beautiful home on a budget. All right, so let me dive into what I have found. Oh, there's so many things. Where should I start? I'll start with my most recent thrift find. We were up at the cabin this past weekend, and I wanted to check out in town to see if there were any thrift stores, and there was this adorable little shop that was like a coffee shop and a little restaurant, but also a thrift store. It was a little bit more curated than a thrift store. You know, things were intentionally placed. It was really fun to walk around. And these two things actually my husband pointed out, which is awesome. They are these metal plates. This is the Landscape with Vegetable Gardens. It's a Vincent van Gogh. And I got it for $10. It says on the back that it was listed on Poshmark for $48. My son, if you remember from my bedroom tour a couple weeks ago, I had a painting of this exact Van Gogh print that I had gotten at Home Goods. And so I just was like, oh my goodness, it's the same. It's beautiful. So I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put it yet, but I also had found it came with another one. So this is the Langlos Bridge at Arliss. It's another Van Gogh, also listed for $10. So got these two really pretty plates. They're just unique because they're metal, so they're just like add a little bit of like different, but I think they're beautiful. Now that I'm in this space, maybe they'll be like a really good addition in this sunroom. It kind of like the green in it pulls together from that green cabinet I have over there. So we'll see. It's also really similar green to like my cabinets in the kitchen. So I know I'll find a place. I was thinking maybe like stacking them and putting something like in the middle would be really pretty. So we'll see. So that was my most recent find. At that same little shop, I also found this really beautiful crucifix. So I'm excited to hang this up somewhere in our home. A few months ago for my birthday, which was in March, was a long time ago, I went with some friends thrifting and out to lunch, and we found this sweet little place where the store is like curated by different vendors, and so there's just like a lot of variety and unique things in there, and I found so many little treasures. So one little treasure was this brass candlestick. Is that not just so sweet for a taper candle? So I have it sitting up on top of the piano. Just a little trumpet brass candlestick. Another thing that I found when I was there was this tissue box holder case. I just always hate how tissue boxes look. So this was fun. It's just like a really pretty, oh there. So you can see all the decoration. This tissue box is actually empty, so I need to change it. This was the first thing I spotted when I was in there. It's a frame that someone turned into a tray. And behind the glass, there's not too much of a glare, are all of these fruits. So I've been just having it on my coffee table with a couple of books and a plant and this little tissue box. And it's just so beautiful. I just love it. So I don't remember how much it was. I think honestly maybe like $12, but for something so beautiful, it definitely seemed worth it to me. At that same thrift, honestly it was more of like a little boutique. It was kind of a thrift store, but not as thrifty as some thrift stores get. So I found this really cool image of the Blessed Mother and baby Jesus. It's kind of like, so it's raised. So this is like a velvet, and then this is on top of it. So it fits. I just have hung it really on like a small little wall in my kitchen. and I think it's really beautiful. This is a candlestick or candle holder. It has like a prong on it to hold the pillar candle on it. So nice brass candle holder. Okay, there was 2 more things from that little shop. One was this sweet, adorable little print, and it's not that little, of this duck and these little ducklings in a little pond. And it's in a nice frame. The back of it is a nice wire to hang it. So I put this in my bathroom on the main level. And then the last but not least from that little shop, you know me, it wouldn't be a thrift haul without a good basket. So this is a really large basket. But I liked it. It's like super sturdy because the borders, however they made it, it's really structured. I've been using it in the living room for blankets. At one point I had put like magnet tiles in here, and that was kind of fun, but it was a little bit big for this room, so it works better just as like a blanket basket. But I liked that one. Another thrifted thing actually are the chairs that I am sitting on. If you saw my recent video on this sunroom playroom makeover, I showed you how I made like a little sitting area over here. So these red and white gingham chairs are new and thrifted. I think they were like 20 bucks each, which is a great deal. I just think I still love them so much. And that same weekend, I found this plate. I found 3 of them. So I have them hanging up on the wall here, just in this little corner. I don't know what it is about like colored plates and dishes. I just love them. So I've been kind of collecting blue and white, red and white, green and white. I've started just using like those sticky Velcro command hooks to stick them on, because any other, like, I guess if you get like the plate hangers that like wrap around the plate, that works well, but otherwise I was having like put nails in the wall, and those are just so much easier to work with, and the plate isn't super heavy, so they stay nice and secure on the wall. So that's how I secured them up here. Okay, one of the other things that I've been thrifting for is our church is starting, or has had and is adding, another atrium, which is where we do catechesis of the Good Shepherd, which is like faith formation in a Montessori way, essentially, without going too deep into it. There's a lot of little things that you need when preparing an atrium: baskets, trays, different like paper organizers. So I've been collecting some of the things. I stopped into a thrift store yesterday just to see if they had anything. So I picked up a couple of things. I have a lot more that I don't actually have with me today. I've already brought them up to church, but I'm going to show you what I did find. So one little thing is just this, like a paper organizer. There's some like scripture cards that we have laying out, so this will be perfect for that. A 2-hole book punch, which will be great for the children, like make bind books for some of their work. So I got it for $3, which is a good deal. And then 2 little baskets. And this one is a nice sturdy one. So a couple of things for the atrium. So I'm always keeping my eye out. Another basket I found recently has been this one. I thought it was really fun. So it's kind of open, which is different for a basket. I've had the boys' play silks in here, just in the playroom. When I'm out thrifting, I also always like to look for things like I need, or toys and activities and things for the boys. And I came across this large floor puzzle, 48 pieces. All the pieces were there, I counted it, and I got it for $4, which is a good deal. We didn't have any like large floor puzzles. I have a good amount of like smaller ones, but this has been really fun to kind of work on together with the boys. I maybe regret getting this thing, but listen to this. It's a moor, and it just has like really cute pictures on it. So I thought it was kind of fun. So I picked that up. $2.99 for that one. I found another little crucifix at a thrift store, which I've just had it like in my kitchen. And it's such a beautiful just reminder throughout my day as I'm doing the dishes of the bigger picture here. This was a sweet little find. This is, oops. All right, here's a little perspective. It's like a little end table plant stand. So I've just set it right here. I'll show you with a plant on it. And yeah, I just like it. The wood is really similar to what we have like going throughout our home. And I think it was like $5. So that has been a sweet little addition. Okay, I have a lot of books to show you and then three more little things. I'll do this one. I came across this puzzle. I'm already missing a piece, but I'm sure it's somewhere in this room. I just have to find it. I'm gonna just go rapid fire through my books that I found, and then I'll show you my last big item and one of my little favorite sweet items. Forgive me if some of these are repeats. It's always hard to remember which ones I had shown you, but I think these are my new ones. Stella Luna. All in a Day by Cynthia Rylant is the illustrator. Or maybe she's the author, which I like some of her other books. The Art Lesson by Tommy DePaula. The Gardener. This is a sweet one. More Than a Little. Apples. Starting Our Homeschool Collection. Another Tommy DePaula, Stregonona. The Crippled Lamb by Max Lucado. I love this one. I actually own it already, but I think I'm going to gift it to a godchild for Christmas. I had not heard of this one, but I don't know, it looked really sweet. So I just tried it. Let me know if you know it. If I Only Had a Green Nose, another Max Lucado book. The Magic School Bus. I don't particularly love reading these ones to the children or my boys just because there's like so much, but they are really like engaging to look at. So this one's about bees, and we had recently gone on a little like field trip with our nature school to a bee farm, which was really fun. So I thought that would be like a fun extension. This is a book that I grew up reading, Little Rabbit's Loose Tooth. And I was actually I had been talking to my mom. I saw it on her bookshelf. I was like, oh, I love that book. I remember that one. And then like the next time I went thrifting, I found it. This one was such a sweet find. Now We Are Six by A.A. Milne. He is the one who wrote Winnie the Pooh. And so it's just like it's like a vintage copy. It's kind of like a cloth cover. Really sweet. Maybe I did show you this one. A is for Annabelle by Tasha Tudor. Really beautiful illustrations. I found the complete set of Beatrix Potter. I have the Beatrix Potter books in like little books, like each story is its own little book, but I kind of like this. Just it would be something that would be like a great coffee table book to keep out. The Polar Express and The Legend of the Candy Cane. I kind of always keep adding to my Christmas book collection because I will do 25 books wrapped up during Advent leading up to Christmas. So it's fun to have like a big collection of them. So I just find thrifting books is like the way to go because they're like $1 or $2, and it's like I can get 15 times the amount of books for the price of one new book. And usually they're in really good condition, or they're in okay condition, and books are going to get used and kind of worn out anyways, and you might have to replace them. So I love to, when I have the time in the thrift store to look through the books, I love to do that because I'm always surprised with what I find. And it's been helpful to like look through book lists to just keep my mind like full of different authors to get ideas so that when I see the titles, I'm more familiar with good ones. A lot of them you can kind of judge and be like, oh, that's not a good one. But there are ones that I'm like, I don't know, is that a good book? and I don't always have the time to like sit and read it, but it's good when I have those things to come back to in my mind. Okay, now my last big one, and then I'll close with my last little special one. Okay, you guys, I shouldn't have even brought this over here, but I should have just like turned the camera and shown you. You can see the top of it. It's a high chair. One day I was out garage sailing, and like the next door neighbor to the people who were having the garage sale had this sitting at the end of their driveway with a sign that says free. So I took it. And it's like a wooden kind of vintage high chair with the tray, and it's just really nice to have an extra high chair because sometimes we'll just have friends coming over for dinner and then they'll have little ones, and my boys don't always like sharing their high chair seats. So this is a great little addition. And this was that same little shop I went on my birthday. I went at another time with a friend and found these salt and pepper shakers, and this is like a crank one. The boys have been loving making their eggs for breakfast, and so these are just fun little things. They've been really into different letters too, and so I thought it was fun to have the words written out for them. All right, you guys, well, that is today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the recent thrift finds that I have been doing. I encourage you to go out and check out your local thrift stores. You never know what you're gonna find. It's always kind of an exciting thing. I always tell my husband, we're kind of like the same person with just completely different hobbies, because he loves to like fish and hunt, and there's such like a mystery to especially fishing. Like, you don't know what's going to be in the lake, and anytime we go to a new place, he's always looking up like what the lakes are around there and what might be in the lakes. And whenever we go to a new place, I'm always looking at like, where are the thrift stores and what might be in there. And I just love the adventure of like treasure hunting and seeing what someone else thought was not worth keeping, and sometimes can meet a very specific need that we have in a cost-effective way. Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed all of that thrifting goodness and fun. There were so many special treasures that I found on all of those different occasions, and next week I'm going to share them with you in a full updated home tour where you can see where all of those beautiful pieces and findings belong in our home now.